What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Small Engine Saturday. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this out as many. It's one of the best small engine live streams on YouTube. Guys, I am excited for this week after all that hard work. Let me tell you what, it was a lot of hard work, guys, that I put in with y'all's help. And we did it. We're monetized, guys. We are monetized on YouTube. All that money is going to go back in the channel for projects, camera gear, all that stuff. So I'll be saving all that money up to go back into the channel for projects, stuff, just giveaways and stuff like that. That's where that money will get used to go for. Okay, Mater. I am already getting eaten up by mosquitoes. 8 people in the house already. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. And guys, we have memberships. There's 3 different tiers of memberships. If anybody wants to join, y'all don't have to join. If you want to join, you want to help support the channel, it's there. I just thought I would mention it. Thanks, Bocce. Hi, Small Town. What's up, bub? I'm headed to, I've told Mater already. What's up, Second Chance? I'm headed to back to Waxahachie Monday. What's up, Cajun? Hey, Cajun, you see I'm monetized. I'm excited. And look at that, guys. Look at that right there. Right there. Mike Hodge right there is my first channel member. What would this channel be without Mike Hodge? All the support he has given this channel over the last few years. So, big thanks to Mike Hodge. What's up, Steven? I'll patch. Mater. I'll go ahead and get that link put out, guys. I don't think I have much. Oh, let's see. What do I have? We're going to play as Predator 500, doing a collector build. Trying to do a video on it. It won't be released Monday like I planned on. The Kawasaki video is out. I did it Friday. I'm trying to do. Oh, man. Thank you, Small Town Machine Shop. Another $4.99 super chat from Small Town Machine Shop. I appreciate it. Oh, come on, Mike Hodge. It ain't gonna be done in time for Monday. I did a Friday premiere. I'm trying to do Monday premiere and a Friday premiere. Fridays didn't turn out too good as a release date. That video didn't get nowhere the views as the Monday video. So maybe we'll have to pick a new day to premiere. What's up, Dave? The second video of the week. So the second video ain't gonna be the Polaris 500 video like I planned, but I got another video planned in the work. First tractor show in the patch. I hope in the 2 years. Wow, Patch. I hope you had fun. Okay, now I can share this out. Y'all know what to do. I just wanted to tell everybody. So if y'all haven't, make sure you go watch that Kawasaki video. That was a fun, fast machine. That machine. That machine right there, I can see myself killing myself on. It was fun though, but I didn't want to have too much fun on it, if you know what I mean. Let me get this pinned up here. There y'all go. It's pinned. It's Mater. Hi, Mater.
What's up, Brandon?
Not much.
Hey, congratulations again on getting monetized. Proud of you.
I was so excited when I first got my membership from Mike Hodge. I was like, man, I got my first member. And then the Small Town Machine Shop yesterday gave me my first super chat. Now, oh man, it's super chat. Now I feel like a big time. Yeah, it was a Kawasaki 700, Steven. That thing was fun and dangerous.
Hey, Brandon, just remember, go spend it all at one place.
I'm going to go spend it all at McDonald's on dollar cheeseburgers.
But, I mean, hey, you deserve it. I mean, after all this time of working your butt off, trying to get there, proud of you.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. It didn't come to me as easy as it came to other people.
Yep. There's Cajun. Hey, we got home, started putting all the groceries away, and it's like, oh, man, I knew I forgot to do something.
No biggie. No biggie. Johnny should be here in a minute. He went to Adoration Church. So, man, them crawfish are big. We got some big, huge crawfish. Man.
I was supposed to be going fishing tomorrow, but my uncle backed out on me, so I ain't going fishing this Sunday like I usually go.
Well, where you at? I'm about 2 hours, a little bit over 2 hours north of Brandon. I'm just a little bit south of Dallas.
Bubba's in Dallas.
I might have a lake you can throw it in. Huh?
Bubba is in Dallas.
Well, he's just a little bit north of me. He can always throw it in my lake in my backyard. It's about that big around.
Hey, Bubba. Throw it in the lake.
Yeah, all right.
Throw it in Brandon's lake.
Hey, North Richland Hills ain't that far away from Ennis.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm just south of Dallas.
What day was I there?
What's wrong with it?
As we was going through, I went, Mater, where are you, Mater? Then Mater called me. He was sick.
I don't know if it was something, because Tuesday, I came home for lunch, Crystal Lurie lunch and everything, and it's like, okay, I was eating, and about 4:15, it's like lunch was saying, hey, I'm ready to come back up, and everything. It's like, I started getting sick to my stomach, and all I know is that both of us were feeling bad. So I don't know if there were some bad eggs that were in there that we got, everything. But, yeah, I missed work Wednesday and Thursday because of it. And I don't know if it's because of that and maybe heat exhaustion. But, yeah.
Yeah,
I was feeling okay Wednesday night, but like I said, I think it might have been like maybe a couple of bad eggs, and then with the heat and everything, yeah, that's what had me down. But Wednesday evening, it was like I'm feeling better, but then later on, after I'd gotten off the live stream and everything, throughout the night, it started coming back.
Yeah, I had that the other night.
Yeah.
The heat got to me already, and I hadn't been out there that long.
Yeah. Well, I'm out there in it, all day long. I mean, even though I work in a building, it's, a metal-style building, even though it's got the insulation, it still gets hot in there. Even though we got fans blowing on us, the only bad part is I'm helping the painters out. I'm helping, of course, I'm up front. So when the timer goes off for the oven, we got to swap that, everything out. Well, we're walking into it, that thing's 275 degrees. So you go inside for 5-6 seconds. That's a lot of heat hitting you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dog, stop. Y'all hear that dog? He's scratching his butt on a chair and he's being super loud about it.
And he's what about it?
He's being super loud about it.
Oh.
Come here, Duke. Come on, Duke. So I'm gonna show y'all a clip. Those that didn't see it, but some of y'all didn't see it. This was the cool toy that I got to work on. Let me unmute YouTube for a minute. Some of y'all didn't see it. Let me mute on this side. All right.
Keep searching, Brandon. You'll find it.
That is a 700cc V-twin engine on that four-wheeler. When you take off on it, the front end wants to come out up on it.
I can imagine.
Wow.
Is that your backyard?
That's the one you said you have the intake port cracked on it?
That's the one I did the intake on.
Hi, Breezy.
The customer took it down the Clear Creek when I fixed it. When he came to pick it up, he took it out on Clear Creek and went full throttle down Clear Creek on it.
Wow. So I take it then the customer was very happy, got it fixed?
Oh yeah, he was excited, especially after waiting. It feels like it was almost a month. A lot of redneck. A lot of parts has been on back order. I'm sure Redneck knows, especially with Power Sports. A lot of Power Sports parts have been on back order, and it sucks.
Yeah. That I can believe.
I was showing them the clip of that B-Force. I did the video, released the video yesterday, which didn't do good. That's what I was telling y'all earlier. I think I'm going to do away with, I was going to do Mondays. Monday did good. The Monday video did good, but Friday video didn't get hardly any views.
Really?
Friday, they got a lot of people on YouTube live on Fridays. Friday evening.
That's it.
Yeah.
Maybe I should try Thursdays. Because I'm trying to do 2 a week. I'm trying to get on a schedule with uploads.
Oh, you can upload them anytime you want. I thought you was talking about maybe a live or something like that on a Friday.
Well, I'm trying. Nick said if I get on a complete schedule where I have my videos released at a certain time every week, it would help my channel.
Were you there the first hour or so today?
At Midstream, yeah, for a little bit. Then I went to Taco Bell.
Okay. Yeah, I got in there in the last hour. By the last hour, I jumped up on the panel. I forgot all about it. And I was looking for you, but you wasn't there.
I hardly ever go up on panel no more. I'll mix my buddy, but his panels are always so full that I don't even try anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was looking for you in chat, actually.
Yeah.
Because I knew you wasn't in the panel, because I didn't see you up there. In fact, Steve missed this Saturday. Steve Small Engine missed. No, if
I didn't know
you get a chance to talk. In fact, there was a lot of small engine talk today. There was a lot of small engine talk today, actually, instead of just regular shoot the breeze.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people asking questions. Put it that way.
Yeah, we've helped a lot of people out on this stream before.
Yeah. I'm about to go start my fire here in a minute. Get that water to rolling.
Yeah, you're
Brandon, if you go fishing with some of these crawfish here, one crawfish on a hook, a good size hook, you guaranteed a 10-pound catfish.
I bet
That's
so.
some big crawfish. Ain't no little bitty catfish. Ain't no little 1 pound, 2 pound catfish gonna mess with this crawfish. Cause I mean, he's huge.
Hi, Ronald. Yeah.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah, your live stream Thursday was awesome, Redneck.
I missed it.
Yeah, Redneck's Garage.
I missed
There's
it.
a lot of side-by-sides and stuff like that, power sports.
Yeah. I forgot about. Usually my Thursdays. I'm usually up with Big T. You know, in his panel.
Yeah.
I got to get all the small engine guys. I got to get all that wrote down because I forget what night they go live. Like Horse's Garage, okay? I hadn't seen any notifications, so I don't know if he's been going live lately.
He hasn't. I haven't. He went live a couple times. I stopped, but he hasn't been very much. I stopped going because every time I go in there, I say hi to him. He never talks to me. He won't even say anything to me.
Really?
So I figured he's mad at me, so I stopped going. Oh yeah, I am. What's up, Roy? Roy has a great stream on Fridays. I was there Friday watching that. Again, he makes blacksmithing look easy. What's up, Boneyard?
Yeah, Alexander, these crawfish are huge. I don't know what y'all call them in Scotland.
Yeah, you know, that's a good question.
Huh?
That is a good question what they call them. Because here in the States, we can call them either thing. We call them crawfish, or back where my mom and dad's from, we call them crawdads.
Yeah, crawdads, crayfish.
Crayfish.
And then, you know, naturally down here in South Louisiana and Cajun country, we call them crawfish.
Yeah.
You know?
Hi, Rodney.
I know
Hey,
in
Rodney.
Sweden, we used to ship crawfish to Sweden years ago, and they would pickle them. Pickled crawfish.
Wow.
It's a delicacy over there.
That's unique.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind trying pickled crawfish if, you know, somebody would do it the way the Swedes do it, you know.
And I think I'm gonna, as soon as my quails start laying, I think I'm gonna do pickled quail eggs. That's a big thing here in Texas, pickled quail eggs.
Oh, that's everywhere, man. I love them. I used to grow the Faro XL D1 breeders.
Mm-hmm.
At 6 weeks, they lay eggs.
Yeah.
6
I got
weeks
the big
old.
old Copernic. The big old Copernic ones.
Which ones?
Copernics. It's
Is
probably
that
not
the one with the little thing on top?
I think some are, but they're natural big quail. They're actually pretty good sized quail. They get up pretty good size.
The Pharaohs, those are bred to, or that variety of quail is meant to, you know, big chest, big breasts, and fast layers. You know, I mean, they get big quick, like those those broiler chickens, whatever, those white chickens, and the white rocks and stuff. They get 6 weeks, they ready to kill the chickens, you know, little fryers. And then, but the quail, like in Arizona, they got what they call the gamble quail, with the little red thing on top of their head. I used to raise them like, you know, Pharaohs for the eggs and stuff. Oh man,
you know the hardest thing that quail I tried to raise in captive, and it was really hard for me, and I couldn't get it to happen, was bob whites. I had a hard time trying to raise bob whites in captive.
Okay, I didn't hear you, Brandon. My wife was talking.
Oh, the hardest breed of quail I tried to raise in captive was bob whites. I had the hardest time trying to raise bob whites in captive.
Right? Yeah. They a wild quail.
Yeah.
If you get some of the little ones, the little bitties off of the mama or something, and maybe then you get some. You let the male and the females breed in captivity.
Yeah.
Then. Maybe those first biddies you get from the mama, maybe those would be kind of tame, like you know, the tame quails. But for sure, the babies from the small ones, the youngins you got, the babies from them will be tame. You know, and you can, well, not, you know what I mean by tame.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't gonna reach in there and pet them. Put it that way. You know, the feral quails, you got to reach in and try to grab them because they
Yeah.
run from you.
You know the meanest thing I've ever raised when it comes to birds, other than game chickens, was pheasant. Pheasants are mean.
Yeah. I used to have a golden pheasant,
Yep, I had the golden pheasants too.
and I had a bobwhite quail that killed that golden pheasant.
Wow.
Believe it or not, yeah, that bobwhite quail.
Wow.
I raised it, different kind of animals and stuff. You know, mostly fowl.
Yeah.
That bobwhite killed that golden pheasant. I'm like, I told a buddy of mine that. He says, "Oh yeah, they will."
Mower. I just put my blue slate turkeys in with my ducks. They're in the duck pen with the ducks. They're getting big.
Hey, Mud Mower. How you doing, Mud?
Oh man, we got another member. Thanks, Mater.
Ironworks. I wish I had something in my PayPal account to become a member. You know, I don't have nothing in my PayPal yet. I'll put some in later on.
Oh, you have to.
Oh, I know I got
Well,
to.
actually, I mean, I've got it linked up to. I've got it linked up to my bank account, so I don't have to worry about it. So the amount just comes right out of the bank account every month.
Oh, okay. What? How many tiers you got, Brandon? Levels, tiers, levels.
3.
Oh, I got 3. I had 1 when I did like the default one, and then I went back and I did the 3 because the default one was kind of high. Oh man, thank you, Ed. That's my biggest super chat.
And, hey, look, Puller Bear, what's up? Boom! Boom, boom!
Man,
Big $15
that's
super
awesome, guys. Hi, Ed.
Two ATVs in our life. Man, I ain't seen that cat in a while. I ain't seen ATVs in a while. Man, that's been a while.
Yeah.
Well, he was on Twisted V twin live stream, and
he used to come in
his wife
with
was
us
talking
on
about how she
TLT. When me and TLT and Brandon, he'd get up there every now and then on TLT's channel, Tim Taylor.
Yeah, Daryl and his wife.
I know that how she had to jump off the 4-wheeler because she was getting stung by a whole bunch of yellow jackets.
Yep,
that sounds like my luck.
Ground hornets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hi, Mark.
In Louisiana, we got yellow jackets.
Hey, Mark.
There's a difference between yellow jackets and ground hornets in Louisiana, South Louisiana. Ground hornets come out the ground and they big. They kind of look like a bumblebee. And then the yellow jackets kind of look like a wasp. And neither one of them's fun to get stung by.
No,
Them ground hornets are the worst, I think, because man, when they get you, look what they do, they bite you. Okay, they hang on, and then they get you with that stinger on the back, and they can get you 4 or 5 times too. The same one. He'll keep on. He's gonna ring it to you.
The last one I got stung by stung me right inside the ear right here.
Oh, it swelled up.
Yep.
Ow.
I gotta go light the fire, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay, Cajun.
All right. But as a matter of fact, Brandon, I've got I picked up the filters and everything, so I can do the transmission service on my little Cala. I did not know that thing has transmission filters on it.
Really?
You got one that's actually down in the pan, and then there's another one that goes for the transmission cooler, and it looks like a oil filter cartridge. So I picked those up at AutoZone today, and I picked up another quarter CVT fluid. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing that once I get through with church, and I'm going to do a video on that and get it released because I found another person that had one on there, but the way the guy was talking everything, I kind of started falling asleep. It was that boring.
Well, some people don't get straight to the point. I always hate that about how
video on
it. They talk too much when you're trying to get when you watch a how-to, you want them to get straight to the point. You don't want to long back. Small town, you go to the part that says join. Right above the how to explain this? Hold on, I'll show you.
Yeah, just bring it up on another screen. Yeah, there's a button on there. It'll say join right up underneath the main screen where you're seeing us. Yeah. Tears.
You like how I named them?
Well, you saw what I am, right?
I did not. It didn't show me on the StreamYard side. Hold on. I got you. Oh, you're a lug nut? You know what? That kind of fits you.
Yeah, I'm a lug nut. I know. I figured, why not? I mean, that does fit me. I mean, Gearhead does. I'm definitely not no spark plug. Maybe I got sparky personality, but between those three, yeah, lug nut, that definitely fits me with my personality.
Because you're so goofy. You're so goofy. You have a goofy personality.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Fits you.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. With my personality, yeah, that fits me.
I think a lot of my videos are boring, Ed, but the ones I think's the worst are the ones that do good, and the ones I think are the best do terrible.
Yeah. Well, to me, the ones I find boring is when someone's sitting there talking and they just do not have any kind of enthusiasm. No, you don't hear it in their voice. It's kind of just, I'm talking like this. Boring. Next. I have literally watched the video to get some information on it, and it's like, after about 10, 15 seconds of that, it's like, next, I'll click on the next video, because like, no, I'm entertaining enough for me. It's like, nope, I'm going to fall asleep.
Or you skip through and tell the parts you need.
That's what I did on basically the video. I did learn how there's that secondary filter for the CVT and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sorry, just the way the guy was talking, it's like some enthusiasm behind. At least, make this more interesting. We're not a bunch of 2-year-old kids. You remember that teacher that was from Ferris Bueller's Days, where the guy's going, Bueller, Bueller, Bueller. That's what I'm talking about. That it's like the guy it was like his voice didn't go up or down.
Check this out. We got somebody here from Australia. Welcome, Peter, to my stream.
Oh, we got someone from down under.
And we got Daryl's wife. And we got Stefan.
Yep.
Welcome, everybody.
Yep. Like I said, she was talking about all the bees or the yellow jackets attacking her on the ATV. So Peter, what part of Australia are you from? What part of down under?
Mater, take over the stream. I gotta go get my soda.
Hey, don't forget mine. But yeah, the reason I'm asking Peter's the fact is that I really like a lot of the movies that have been shot down there, and I mean, of course, the one that started off for me was Mad Max. It was like any of the Mad Max movies, and another older one was Quigley Down Under. Matter of fact, I was playing the Man from Snowy River for my girlfriend the other night. It was like, yeah, those are some good movies, and they're all from Australia. I mean, I would love to venture off down there. Plus, you've got New Zealand, so it's like, okay, got to go visit the hometown of Ivan Cargill, the home where I'm trying to remember the guy's name, but he had the world's fastest Indian. Yep. But yeah, I mean that's one thing that I would love to be able to go and see those kind of places that are in those movies. What you got? Hey, who said you could take over my live stream, Brandon?
You got food. What you got? Some macaroni and cheese? Macaroni and cheese in there, or is that cheese covered something?
It's nachos.
Oh, nachos. Oh, you snacking?
Yeah. Well, no, it's our dinner. It's loaded nachos, hamburger meat.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So it's not my food and not Cajuns.
I got the fire lit. But when I tell you what, Johnny cleaned that burner. I told him, look, bring this to the big shop. We got the 400 gallons of air running now, and with 3-phase compressors. Anyway, I said, here, take this burner, beat the heck out of it with a wrench or something, or a hammer. Here, Johnny. And so what he did, he took torch dip cleaner, put it in the jet, beat on it, run that 150 pound of air through there, and I just fired it up, and it scared the heck out of me. It was a jet taking off. In afterburner mode.
Wow.
That burner ain't blew that hard in 2 years.
I need a smaller bit.
All right.
So, Ed,
that much grease going through it?
Ed, I'm totally the opposite. I'm more comfortable on camera than I am in person. I'm kind of, I mean, some of y'all have met me. Mater's met me. Roy from Christ and Irons met me. I'm a little bit awkward in real life, but in the camera, I'm in like my own zone or something. I'm in a whole different world when I'm in front of the camera.
I disagree on that. You're about the same.
You would call photogenic quality.
Yeah, I was more meant to be on television. Wait, History Channel or Discovery's gonna pick up my channel, my show one of these days.
There you go. My kind of daughter.
If they pick it up, I got some swampland out in Arizona I'll sell.
Okay. I'll be sure to buy it for you later.
Hey, Brandon, I got some stuff you need to plug. There you go.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
LA, totally awesome. That's what I use in my ultrasonic cleaner. I think Jason was the first one to tell me about that.
Yeah, that's what I use. It's mixed with water, you know.
Yeah, mixed with water, 50-50.
Yeah, something like that. But about 50-50. And I mean, look, them old nasty outboard carburetors,
They
on
come
them
out
25s, them 100-year-old 25 horse Johnsons. Them carburetors come out, they look brand spanking new.
That's
Johnny, you didn't
Well, I
drop that.
usually make sure
No, I dropped it.
this which I didn't know about until Brandon had told me about it. And so I use the Awesome. I got some Zep citrus cleaner I put in there, and then I also add a little bit of that um, uh, that rust remover that you get at Harbor Freight. Try to remember the name of it. Evaporust. I put some of the Evaporust in there, and maybe a cup of water in mine, and it comes out perfect. I've taken. I know on one of the Coleman stoves I pair on burners. They just basically just dropped a whole bunch of oil and grease and everything right on the burner. It had the whole thing caked up where none of the jets, you couldn't get any flame coming out. I just took it off and couldn't take apart separating because there was that much gunk on there. I just put the whole thing in the ultrasonic cleaner, and I think about 2 cycles, and they were all coming apart. All I had to do was take a little screwdriver and cleaned off the little thread. No problem, back together.
Wayne, I think you're right. I watched one of Polar Bear's cooking videos not long ago. I forget what it was about, though. I slept since then. But it was good.
6 feet, Floki. Floki. Moo.
That's a horse.
He is a European bloodline. He's an imported Great Dane from Europe.
Yeah, you could put a saddle on him and let the kids, your sister's kids, ride on it.
Yep.
Yep.
And he's as dumb as a box of rocks.
And that is a Cajun. I seen that dog. That was like, I looked at him and go, okay, is that your Shetland pony?
But Mater could tell you he's a gentle giant.
Yeah, wow,
Yep.
what a weird looking horse. That's the ugliest horse I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, we got to do it, guys. Hey, everybody, it's Ed the Old Tech Guy.
It's the old tech guy.
How is everyone tonight? What's up, Ed?
Ed.
What's up, Ed? Glad you made it tonight.
I don't know why, but every time I see Ed, the old tech guy, I always think Polar Bear Ed, but it's not, because Ed, the old tech guy, doesn't have a beard, he's not quite Polar Bear's age,
So, Ed, from what I understand, for them to get the micro pit bulls, they take. Come here, Vito. Come here, Vito. Come here, Vito. Give my lap. They take one of these and they breed it down with a pit bull. So that's how you get the micro bulldog pit bulls.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Sure it's not a Chihuahua and a pit bull?
That's a French bulldog. It's way more
Pair of
expensive
them
than
tiny
Chihuahua.
tweezers.
Go, Floki. You're knocking off my wire. You're running into my wire. Go. Floki, dang it.
Hey, Brandon, I wonder what you'd get if you crossed a pit bull and a teacup Chihuahua.
The ugliest thing in the world.
Hey, that's not a nice thing to say about Mike Hodge.
If you need a mangle, I got a
tonight?
angle one too.
We're missing Shaggy in here tonight.
Yeah,
Who
I
that?
know. Just think about that. It's like, where's Shaggy?
Oh,
He
yeah.
might still be working on his grandma's house.
I can't hardly see what the fuck I'm doing.
You're not getting my nachos, bro.
Is that Johnny I hear?
He got a wrist slap for that one.
Can you see?
We got it.
There you
Wait,
go,
wait.
Brandon.
We got to do it. We got to do it. We got a $2 holler from Ed, the old tech guy. You know you had to do the $2 holler. Everybody says it, so you got to say it.
Yeah. Way to go, Ed. Oh, Cajun must be looking at a coin. He got his jeweler glasses now. He's got to be able to look at that coin to make sure it's got the correct date and everything on it. See if it's a double die.
No, I'm fixing Johnny's glasses.
It's small town
Ah.
in here. He would agree with me. Anytime you see those type of jeweler glasses, you think Mr. Pete on YouTube.
That means what?
Anytime I see those jeweler glasses, I think about Mr. Pete on YouTube.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Pete.
Pete?
Yeah, Mr. Pete.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta watch Mr. Pete.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about
Yeah.
now. What'd you do, Johnny? You cleaned your iPads off?
Hey, Brandon, on that ATV, did they really use wood screws to hold that plastic back on?
They did.
You gotta be kidding. They used wood screws?
Yep, the ones with the torque heads on them.
Oh, God. So what was... So, dude, why don't you use the factory stock kind of screw?
Well, I think they wrote it at one time and they broke the plastic where it wouldn't do that no more. It wouldn't. Is that your electronic screwdriver set?
Yeah, that's this is a whole set. I mean, that's just part of it. It's need the same screwdriver.
Yeah, I want to type these.
It's a part like a tear apart iPhones and notepads and iPads and stuff like that. It's got all the little discussers in it, the tweezers, all that stuff.
It's mowers and blowers outdone.
Mowers and blows?
Yeah.
What's going on, mowers?
You gotta do the. It's getting dark. It's time to put the light down.
Yeah, Brandon, I'll go take... I had two choices tonight. Either stay home and help support you, or I could go back out to the dirt track and watch some more sprint car racing, but Crystal wasn't feeling up to it, so like, okay, we'll stay home.
So Crystal's to blame for this?
I bet you that water.
Yeah, I mean, I could out there by myself, but you know, it wouldn't. To me, it wouldn't have been as much fun if I'd gone out there without her. I mean, like I said, yeah, I could have gone, but I'd rather have her go with me. That way, I'm going to talk to at least.
Hey, Second Chance, how you doing?
Yep.
Must have missed him earlier while I was out there trying to get that water to boil.
I got an issue, by the way, guys. Let me tell you what I'm repair this week. So it came in. It was a Toro Turfmaster with the FJ180V Kawasaki. Came in with an oil leak. I thought I fixed it. I ran it for a while, checked it, no oil leak. The guy took it home, used it, and now it's leaking oil again.
Uh-oh.
Well, he had multiple leaks then.
Possible. It was the
Yep.
somehow, I don't know how it's happening, Cajun, but a lot of his bolts are vibrating loose on it.
Oh.
He had the flywheel. The
Not
flywheel vibrated loose, and this is a newer engine, and the oil filter base vibrated loose. That's why it was leaking the first time.
Sounds like someone didn't tighten bolt up good enough at the factory, or they didn't put any kind of Loctite on there.
Well, I say new. I put that
Make
on
sure.
there. Cajun might be remember when I put that on there. I did a video on it probably 2 or 3 years ago, so technically it's not new anymore. Those are about throwaway versions of Kawasaki.
So it's all your fault. Okay. All right, so it's all your fault it's leaking oil. Okay, we got you.
Why would I unbolt the fuel or the oil filter house thingy, my bobber? What's up, Chef?
You do it for the fish, just element.
Oh, Rich,
Hey,
did you
Scott.
get that mower? Did you buy that motor? Did you win that motor at the auction? I forgot to ask
There's
that.
Scott.
.327 4-speed Nova, 72 Nova, factory car, came from the restoration. Wow.
Oh man,
Wow.
that's be awesome.
Hey, Cajun. When I was on, after we left Walmart earlier today, because when you called, we had to go back for the second time. But I stopped off at the pawn shop to look around, and they had a riding mower in there. I can't remember the name of it. I went up lifting up the hood, and you'll never believe the fact that it was like I looked it up, and as soon as I saw what engine it had in there, and as far as what they were asking, I started laughing. Kohler Courage Team, and they were wanting $800 for it.
What horsepower discourage it had in it?
19.
19. Okay, that's a single cylinder.
Yep.
Most of the 19s are single that I know of on the Courages. They could have a V-twin 19, but I'm not aware about it. You know, we haven't had one come in the shop. Put it that way.
Night Ed.
Yeah, but it's kind of like you said, a discourage. I'm going, no thanks. Walked away. It's like, nope, I'm not even interested in going and buying it because I know exactly about that engine. It's like boat anchor.
Hey, now those are pretty good engines. You got to keep those boats torqued, like Brandon was talking about.
Yep.
Some of them boats on that 4-wheeler, they vibrate loose and all that. You go by
Right.
if you're going by the inch pounds on them, just say 100 inch pounds. Go like 104 inch pounds, a little extra. If you keep getting boats coming loose, but like on those Courages, if you keep those top sump bolts, because the sump's on the top of those, and if you take that off to get to the gears, you know, your crankshaft, camshaft, all that, blah blah blah, yada yada. If you tighten those bolts once a summer on the top, you're gonna have a good, and you maintain that engine, preventive maintenance like you're supposed to do. That Kohler Courage will make you a good engine. It sure will.
Yeah.
But if you neglect it, guess what? You got a time bomb on your hands.
It's just like the Intex. We see a lot of Intex come in because people don't do the preventive maintenance on them. The manual shows that 100 hours, every 100 hours, you're supposed to do the valve adjustments on those, and they're bad for it. I've seen a lot of valves.
That's something simple for me and you. You know, that's easy for us. But to somebody else that don't know about it, they don't read their owner's manual.
Yeah.
You know, that's just like, you know, when I worked in that garage that we did nothing but Japanese cars. I mean, you would not believe how many Toyotas would come in and they complain about overheating, and all it was because they didn't do a timing gear set on it at 60,000 miles. The biggest problem was that right on the side where it's got that chain guide, it's made out of plastic. Well, it wear out, and then that chain would be sitting there rubbing on the inside of the timing chain cover, and where always would wear a hole was right there by the thermostat. So then all of a sudden you got all your antifreeze right down your oil pan. I had a Honda come in, said, it turns over, but it won't start. Well, yeah, you sit there and turn it all over, but it kind of helps when your timing belt's got teeth on it, for the crank to turn it. That's the thing, about, like, you guys are saying, doing, preventive maintenance.
That ain't good.
The same thing
Preventive
on
maintenance.
cars. Yep. If you don't do that
But-
preventive maintenance, I don't care if you've got a ATV, you've got a push mower, motorcycle, car, big rig,
Right.
train.
Yeah.
You don't do that preventive maintenance like what the manufacturer says, you might as well kiss it goodbye because it ain't gonna last. I don't care what kind of vehicle it is. But yeah, I mean that's to me that's what I see in everything. And Scott, no, Jamie, she didn't get a chance to make it down here. I tried to get a hold of her, but she got caught up with something else. So nope. But Brandon, don't you agree on that? It's like, it's kind of cool. You got to do preventive maintenance on it, no matter what kind of engine.
I agree. I had a Saturn, and they say at 75,000 miles. Now, I had the L2 Saturn. I had the double overhead cam. That one has a timing chain on it, not a timing belt. And you're supposed to get that chain
Okay.
looked at by the dealership mechanic or somebody that knows about Saturn engines. Well, guess what?
Right.
My girlfriend didn't. Put it this way, I was living in Grand Chenier, she was in Lafayette. And I wasn't there all the time. I was running crew boats out in the Gulf. So, one day she went up to go to work and kabloop, timing chain jump. And put it this way, 2 new heads and all of this later, about $1,800 later. Yeah, new engine almost.
Hey, Cajun, I had a 76 Dodge Maxi van that one time, I don't remember what the reason was, but didn't have time to do the engine in it because it dropped the valve, cracked the block, cracked the head. So my parents took it to the same place we got machine work done all on it. And I forget how much money my parents spent on getting a brand new long block, put in that van. I think about a month or two later, I'm driving it, pulled into a gas station, shut the engine off, went back out. That thing had already jumped 2 teeth on the timing gear. When we started up, they got it back. Hey, they fixed it because that engine was still under warranty. But hey, even a brand new, parts and everything, you can still have problems.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. I mean, why would that, we're talking, what, 2 months, maybe a month or two later, it jumps timing by 2 teeth just because you shut the engine off? It shouldn't, but it did. I mean, I've had those experiences. I said the Toyota, that was on the 22Rs. We've had, I remember several Hondas that they come in. Oh yeah, you sit there and spin the motor over. You pull that little plastic cover off the timing belt, and that cam ain't turning. Ain't no teeth down there on the belt for it to even, the crank to even grab a hold of.
Dang.
Yep. But like you said, Cajun, that's, timing chain, timing belt. Okay, that's your preventive maintenance.
My buddy had the 5.6 or whatever. Which one is in the Dodge trucks? In the last 20 years, 5.6, 5.7. Okay.
You got
He
5.2,
had
and you got
300.
actually it's a 5.9.
But he had a little 300,000 miles on it. I'm like, man, you got a lot of miles on this engine. And he had 4-wheel drive with that big V8, or well, anyway. I said, he said the secret to these Dodge engines, every 90 to 100,000 miles, change your timing chain and your gears. Might as well do the water pump while it's off, because you got to take the water pump off. You know how the Dodgers are. They got that big, look like a claw foot almost, water pump that goes around the timing cover. Not like the Chevys or Ford, So anyway, you got to take the water pump off. Might as well toss it and put a new one on at 100,000 miles while you're doing that. So, I mean, he probably still has that truck. Probably with 600,000.
What year was it?
I forget what year it
Like I
was,
said,
but
what
this
year?
was back in 04, 05.
All right, probably he could have had the
So it was
5.9,
a 90 something
5.2,
model.
318.
It was a 90
But
something.
I mean, now you could have had a 5 point. If it was a 5.9, would have been a 360.
That could have been it. It's been so long,
Yeah, because that
Agree, my
360 that actually came out in 73, I believe. It was a replacement for the 340.
Oh, no. His was like a 96, 97, something like that.
Okay,
To have
been
300,000 miles on it, he was a framing carpenter.
Yeah.
He went all around. So I would say it was a 97.
Yeah, that would have been the. Yeah, that would have been the 5.9, which is like it's a 360.
Or it might have been wait, did they have the 383 out then? Magnum?
No, 383 stopped in 1970, because 71 they actually punched it out for EPA to a 400. So 1970 was last year for 383. 77 was the last year for 440, big block, ever. And now they're running in RVs.
Which one in the late 90s was a Magnum? It had Magnum on the truck.
Oh, yeah.
It had Magnum on the truck.
You had the 318 and the 360, both were Magnums.
Okay, well,
I got 318 Magnum in my truck, and I got 97.
No, this is the bigger V8, because he had the 4-wheel drive and he bought the truck new. So
you could still have a 4-wheel drive with the 318. I mean,
hi Robert.
Hey, Robert.
What's up, bud?
Just 1 second, be right back. Get a
well, that would have been the 5.9 or 3.
Hey, there's
Shaggy.
About time. We wonder where Shaggy was, and he finally shows up. Thanks, Shaggy.
Yeah, I don't care what my vehicle looks like. I got a little rust on behind the rear passenger door, way on the back of it. There's a little salt rust because my Jeep Liberty came from up north. It spent half its life in the south with snowbirds. People that were pulling it behind their motorhome. It was a tow vehicle.
Yeah.
And it's just got that one little bit of salt rust right there.
I hope you get better soon.
Ooh.
But it's way on the bottom of the Jeep. You can hardly see it.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, for me, I'm wanting to put the little tow package on my little Caliber, okay? I'm not going to go to the parts house and buy a brand new one or even off of eBay, okay? I'm just going to go out to the junkyard, find one that's got one on it, pull it off of there, and pull the wiring harness. It's like, nobody's going to look at it and say, oh, that's not brand new. I mean, how in the hell are you going to tell once I've been driving? I could put a brand new one on there with as much rain as we've been getting. A couple of weeks, it looked old anyways. That's the way I look at it. But I mean, I can save a lot of money that way just by going to the junkyard. I need to go to the junkyard. I got Crystal's little Honda I got to find for.
Man, I don't. But sometimes junkyards these days are almost as high as buying a part new. It's getting crazy. Why buy a used if it's close to the price of being a new part?
Yeah, well, that's why there's some of the ones that I've got around me. It's the pick and pull. So, I mean, you're going to pay like $2 or $3 to get in, but their whole yard is basically gravel, and they all up and around. So easy to work on them, and they all have them by certain categories as far as have all the foreign in one section. They have all the, of course, the majority of the whole yard's General Motors. Then after that, it's Fords, and one of the smallest sections is going to be your Dodge.
Should be the biggest.
That's the only thing I have a problem with is going out and finding.
That should be the biggest section. They go out in there for bad transmissions.
They don't last long enough for a transmission to go out around here.
No. But for me, I go out there and there might be 1 or 2 rows for, but there's probably about 15 or 20 for General Motors and about 10 or 12 for Ford products. But then you might have 5 or 6 rows for your foreign.
Here lately, people are just looking for used parts to make things run because they can't get new.
Unfortunately, here a lot of the pick and pulls are so picked over already. You'll get these guys with these box vans from Mexico go in there, and they'll just strip out all these parts from those cars there and take them back to Mexico and sell them for triple price.
Or Cuba. You know, have you seen that video over in Cuba where they got all the cars fixings? And because they get the original engines, they actually will put, right, they've got the old cars and everything. I mean, you might go find, say, a 57 Chevy, okay, driving around town, but it might have a Toyota 4-cylinder powering it. They're going to put whatever kind of power plant they can in those cars just to keep them running.
Hey, I just read something that Mike Hodge put up. Dealerships have been cheaper than Napa lately. Shaggy said that's surprising to me. That's surprising to me too that a dealership is going to be cheaper than Napa. Well, I mean, you go to the dealership, you're going to pay way more in the auto parts store. So naturally, you're going to go to Napa or O'Reilly's or Advanced Auto Parts, or we don't have an Advanced down here in South. Not in my town. We got an AutoZone and an O'Reilly's, and the business has an account at O'Reilly's. So,
right.
But you go to a dealer for something, and sometimes it's dealer only. Sometimes. Depends on how new or old the car is.
Actually, I found over the years, a lot of times the dealers are more competitive than we give them credit for.
Yeah.
On certain things, I would agree.
Yeah. Now, I mean, it's like for me, I've got a part I still got to get for my caliber, and all it is that little clean splitter for the windshield washer fluid to come off the hose to hit the nozzle and everything up on the hood of my car. And I checked with the dealership, $35 for a little bitty piece of plastic. I contacted, I think it went to O'Reilly's. They go, yeah, I think $12.99. I'm going, and the guy at the parts counter, he was surprised at that price. He was going, man, I can't believe this. $35 for that little bitty piece of plastic.
Yeah, there's some things that the manufacturers try to rob you on. I don't disagree with that, but a lot of times the dealers are more competitive than what people think.
Yeah, and see, and Robert Waters can agree with me on this. Some of these parts that you get from these part places, sometimes we ain't really making much of a profit on the part. Some of them are way the price, there ain't much profit made on the part.
Most dealer margins are somewhere around 20%.
Yeah.
By the time you actually run your overhead, that's not much.
Nope.
Man. I know that's typically what I make, is around 20%.
Yeah. Well, like with what you do, Robert, and like for Brandon, to me, your money making is not in the parts; it's in your labor. That's where you're making your money at, and I can agree on that because I'd rather, to me, if it's something I can't do, I'd rather pay someone to do it. If I don't have the time or the knowledge and experience of doing it myself, it's like, hey, here's some money, you do it. I don't mind doing something, but what you're paying for, you're paying for their labor, skill, and knowledge for doing it, not the parts, really.
Yeah, but you actually need parts to keep your dealership, basically, is why we do it. Everybody thinks dealers are robbing them, but technically it's the manufacturers that are doing it. Dealers don't get to choose what to sell the parts at.
And there
ain't now, I'll agree on that because because you're going to have to pay X amount of money for that part plus the ship costs and everything. So you're going to have to, raise it, whatever your cost and everything is. Yeah, you're going to have to add it about 20% to it. That you're going to make money on it. Okay. Everybody's got grocery stores. It don't matter what kind of business it is. Yeah, you're going to have to mark it up, 20%. That way you're making money on that. That's a given.
Well, we're doing some minor manufacturing anymore. And we make a ton more manufacturing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like, where I work at, okay? We don't buy anything, okay? As far as the product that's going out, okay? Everything that we paint, excuse me, is what the customer, they have bought, shipped it to us. So basically, all we're doing is charging to get that product painted and shipped back to them. And I do know for that right now there's like either 3 or 4 companies in the United States that do it, and we are so far behind along with everybody else that what surprised me that the owner, he had to turn down a job that was for 50 million screws. Yeah, 50 million screws. And we were highly recommended, and my boss was going, there's no way I could do that in the time period you want. Everybody doing this that we do, I hate saying it, but we're anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks behind on schedule because of everything. And that's surprising that we're actually behind during all the pandemic that's going on.
Wayne, I was always taught, and I've been told this a million times since starting a small business, never round down, always round up. So never go down on my prices.
Yeah.
You go down on your prices, and all you're going to get is bottom feeders.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always annoying, and especially in this industry, because of people don't want lawnmowers, they need them.
Yeah.
So you're always going to get pricing complaints, no matter what. But
Oh yeah.
I remember the first time when my prices was even lower. When I was first starting out, I was at $50 an hour. Some of y'all are thinking that's high, but it's actually pretty cheap. But and a nurse contacted me on email. I don't make $50 an hour being a nurse. Why should you make $50 an hour fixing mowers?
I don't think most of them realize that you don't make $50 an hour.
No, by the time shop supplies, the overhead, even a small shop in my backyard or in my field has overhead. I have to pay taxes.
Yep.
It's not that much money left on the bone when it's all said and done.
And I don't know very many mechanics that actually charge.
Pay for?
Plus, you don't get paid for talking to her on the phone. You don't get paid for all the jobs turning over. You know, that sort of thing. So you don't make $50 an hour.
Nope.
Yeah.
Right. We charge 65.
Well, he might
which I'm on the way low end.
Right. Right. Well, Robert, you know, like I said, yeah, he might be charging $80 an hour, but yeah, like Brandon was saying, you got to take care of them. You got, you know, the electric, you know, you got to pay for every month, and you got water you have to take care of. Tools you got to go out there and buy. I mean, especially when that ultrasonic cleaner that Brandon had, that thing took a dump on him. He had to go spend, what was it, about $150 for another one? So,
well, it made itself money back.
Tool and equipment you got to pay for itself. Right. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you got, you know, in order to make money, you've got to be able to spend it. And because, yeah, that money you're making per hour, okay, fine. You've got to invest that in equipment and everything else in order to do, and all the tools. I mean, Robert, how hard would it be for you to go out there and rebuild a Toro push mower without any tools and expect the customer to pay you $100 to do it? You can do it without the tools.
Well, the problem is I think most people think you can do it with a 1/4 inch or 3/8 drive sockets.
Yeah.
That, you know, and do a full rebuild.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, last week I had a customer that one of my competitors who won't buy even Mojacks for his guys to work under told him he could rebuild an engine. I stood back there and talked to the customer for a second. He goes, "Oh yeah, they said they'll completely rebuild it." I was like, "Yeah, are you sure about that? You know what kind of equipment that takes? You know, that's machine shop level."
Yeah.
That's
Even I,
yeah,
when
I mean,
I send all my machine stuff out. I don't do machine shop stuff in the shop yet. So they still do like all my boring and stuff goes. All I do is the actual install, the parts, the tear down and the install. But that's costly. Still,
I've got all the equipment to do the machine shop stuff, but I don't do it. It's costly to do it. You have to keep all that stuff puts debris everywhere, which means you have to shut your shop down basically while you're boring. Yeah. You can't be grinding a blade next to your boring machine. You can't be, you know, you're shut down. Hydro work and machine shop work, that you almost have to send out if you're going to make any money.
And you know the thing is, and the reason I wouldn't do another thing for not to get equipment, I don't see a whole lot of engine rebuilds. I might do a few a year, but that's it. I don't see a whole lot of engine rebuilds in the shop.
There used to be more.
Yeah, and right now, with the way things are, it's cheaper to go buy a new engine compared to actually rebuild one.
Some of them
if you did it right, especially on the Kohler he was talking about, if the guys did it right, it would cost them probably $1,500, $2,000 to rebuild it. He could buy an engine for 22. You know.
Yeah.
Now, if you go watch certain videos on the internet that will tell you can rebuild an engine with a deglazing hone, then yeah, I guess you can do it with little expenses. But if you were to do the job correctly,
Yeah.
It gets costly.
Right. Right. Oh, Robert, that's why, you said, to buy an engine for about 2,200. It's like the Arian's riding lawnmower. It's got that Kohler Courage 19 on there. And I've still got to do the video on the teardown to find out what came apart. But, there's a hole that big around on the side of the block right there by the counterbalance. And
Yeah, your counterbalance came loose and busted.
Lawnmower put in place. And, but they were saying, looking at $1,500, maybe $1,700 for another engine. I'm going, $1,700 for another engine? And when I found that coupon for that Predator 708 for, $660, it's like, I jumped on that engine. We're talking about half the price and going to a V-twin and 3 more horses.
The only problem is you can't really fix the Predators that well.
Yeah.
True, but for the price and everything to get it up and going again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you remember last year when you told me not to cheap out on when I buy relays, don't go with the cheap ones?
Mm-hmm.
Well, a year later, both the relays that I put on, 2 customers came back a year later, and I had to replace those relays again. They lasted a whole year, exactly a year, and those relays went out.
One of these days you'll learn.
Are they
just
the cheapos?
Remember the ultrasonic cleaner? Told you not to buy Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
What happened? You had to buy a regular one.
What? It lasted, 7 months of hard use? But it didn't clean as good. It didn't clean as good as this big one.
No. I'm typically right. You have to admit that.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever had issues with a Kawasaki FJ180B vibrating boat sluice? This is a newer engine. Well, it's not newer. It's 2 years old now. I need to stop calling it newer. But it keeps vibrating all the boat sluice. The flywheel bolt fell out. The oil filter thing adapter. All its boats was vibrated loose. I don't know why it keeps vibrating all these boats loose, but it's vibrating.
I've never actually worked on an FJ. The newer ones.
Well, they're cheap to replace. I think when I bought that one for that guy, it was like $169 or something like that. New.
Yeah, it's kind of the cheaper version even than the FR.
Yeah.
But I've actually never seen one on the wild. I've seen them, in catalogs and stuff. But I sell a lot of FRs, but I've never, not to my knowledge that I can think of, I've never worked on an FJ.
Well, these are mostly on those junky Turo Turf Masters, those little big push mower looking things, which are junk anyway.
Yeah, it's a push mower engine. Yep. But a lot of times it's on like $1,000 push mower.
Yeah. I almost think it's been about 3 years of commercial use. That engine might just be about had it. Because it's smoking a lot too. You wouldn't think it'd get more than 3 years, but if it's a cheap end motor, who knows, at a commercial.
It's better than a Briggs or a Kohler. It is actually they're supposed to be good engines, but something tells me that they've gotten the entire thing out of balance.
Yeah.
And are just basically beat it to death, but they probably run until it's too far gone at this stage.
Because it's the one I put the engine on. You probably remember the video. It's like for live stream. It was like 2 or 3 years ago, and I had to tear the whole thing, the deck and everything had to come apart just to get the engine off. The way those are designed.
Well, A lot of stuff's designed to where it takes a lot of labor.
Yeah, especially residential stuff. Residential zero turns are paying to do belts on.
I never found. Now the only one that was real bad is
Hey,
they have a
Robert?
Cub Cadet that you have to pull the hydro lines to do the hydro belt.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Hey, Robert, tell you what, we ever meet up and everything, I'll hold Brandon, that way you can slap him like for wanting to buy them cheap relays.
He's already paid the price.
Or
That's I think
Well, maybe
was that the
slap
original
some
reason
sense
for
into him.
what was the was that one of the original ones for what would Robert do?
Yeah. Hold on, we got it.
Oh, I'm back. Hey, Brandon,
hey,
can
I'm
you
getting
quit-
some channel stickers too.
Oh, you get a channel sticker? Oh, I need one.
Yeah,
for the
my
wall.
channel's going live again next month. We're holding it till then for the videos we've done because we don't want what we're working on to be shown.
Yeah.
But it's going live next month.
Does that mean that a certain table might be almost finished?
Oh, the table's done, but there'll be some back videos that won't be on it.
Gotcha.
Table's been done for a couple months. Unfortunately, metal's so high, I'm not buying any.
Yeah.
And I'm also about to tear it down because I'm trying to get the scanner installed on it.
Yeah.
And I'm also trying to get it to automatically decide the settings for the height. So I'm working on some of that stuff. Then we also got a laser and a router to go on it as well as a plasma.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. But again, wood prices are high too. So
Hey, Brandon.
yeah, Mater.
Hey, Brandon, I found something I need to put on my toolbox.
You did?
I need to
Let's
put
see
that
it.
on there.
Oh yeah, that'll make it worth a lot of money.
Put it right next to where it says U.S. General.
I think I got a BNS small engine sticker. I think I got one. Didn't you send me one,
Now,
Brandon?
how old is this one?
Who knows? I've sent so many stickers out.
I want to say you mailed me some cash or something for some coin supplies. And
Oh yeah.
I think you threw in a sticker. I think. Hey, Brandon, can you throw the link up in? I'm gonna jump on Missy's notepad, and I'm gonna bring it outside with me, and I'm gonna.
Okay, it's pinned. It's pinned to the top.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I pinned it to the top earlier.
I think I'm going to
I
lose
thought that was one of your
subscribers.
super chats. I didn't see it. I thought it was one of your super chats.
I'm probably going to be losing all of my subscribers at the channel change, but it's all basically the first videos are all going to be 3D printing. We're not going back to other stuff for a while.
I've been watching videos on 3D printers. I still haven't bought a 3D printer yet. I got my mom into bookkeeping for the business, and she's kind of stopping me from buying a lot of stuff, wasting a lot of business money. So probably bad I did have her bookkeeper, but
Better than your wife.
yeah. I actually made I got my mom to go to accounting school so she could learn the taxes and everything. Those taxes scare me. It always has.
My wife does our taxes and our bookkeeping. Technically, she buys as much tools as I do. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 3D printers that she's bought. Are running now. I guess we haven't bought all of them, but
Have y'all thought about building one of those recyclers to recycle the filaments? I watched the video on that. It looks neat.
I've thought about it, but we're not burning through enough filament. I'm burning through maybe 2 rolls a day.
Yeah.
Can't see it.
You see you, Mater, or Cajun.
You see the flashlight?
Got
the
it.
one, he's coming back on the other. Trying to.
Let me mute my mic.
So my newest purchase, I don't know if you heard it earlier, but my newest purchase, I bought one of those. I found a deal. Someone was selling one of those Harbor Freight motorcycle lift tables cheap, and I bought it. And I'm going to put extensions on it, bring
Nice.
stuff up to me closer.
That's one of the things I'm planning on doing. Hopefully this winter is installing one of those, because I know I've got a car lift essentially and a gantry, but I still crawl around on some jobs.
Yeah, I wish if I had a shop your size, I would probably invest the money in the bigger one, the 1,200-pound one that's already got the extensions and stuff and the hydraulic.
Mm-hmm.
It would be well worth the investment.
We
But
bought
my
a 2,000-pound
I need to,
lift and do that.
Yeah. Showing us his crawfish.
do they have one like that, Robert?
What I've got a 2,000-pound scissor lift, basically similar to an ATV lift, but it's this was for something at a machine shop, but I've seen them for actually mowers. Mower lifts are expensive. You're talking 8,000 plus for actual mower lifts.
Reason I was asking because that one that Brandon found, that's the one that get at Harbor Freight, and I'm going, okay, what's the weight? It could pick up. And I think you said it was 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
And for me, I would like to find the bigger one. Now, that one that Brandon paid, that would be fine for putting my wide glide on. But for putting my tri-glide on, that thing's not wide enough and it's not heavy duty enough, because my tri-glide's pushing, I think, 1,300 pounds. So I need to find something that would be perfect and definitely, no problem on, I say 1,600 to 2,000 pounds easy.
They make them that'll do it.
But if I have
the
one
only
of
one
those,
that
I
comes
can
to mind is Hefty.
get a bike on.
Yeah. I know Hefty makes it. There's another company, probably more than that, but the only one that's coming to my mind right now is Hefty.
You also got Redline.
Yeah, that's one that makes a more industrial one. Trying to think I'm sure there's other brands, but those are the two. The Redline was the other one I couldn't think of.
Redline seems to be a little bit cheaper than Hefty. Hefty is kind of expensive. I've seen those in the catalog before. They're a bit pricey.
I've seen a
What do they
Redline.
go for?
They hold their value well. Probably 3,000 or 4,000 for Redline even.
Yeah, it depends on which one you want. They have some. There's a lot sold out. Like the cheaper models are sold out. Of course.
The cheaper ones are basically similar to the Harbor Freight. The real cheap.
Yeah, the cheaper ones is like the Harbor Freight one. But the one you need is like the $3,000 one he was talking about. The one's about $3,000. There's actually they got
Yeah,
one.
like I said, something like that would be perfect.
They actually got one that's that is an actual 4 trikes, just 4 trikes.
The problem with a lot of that stuff
I'm
is,
thinking, if I got one that, if it could lift up my tri-glide, I know I'd have no problem doing the my wide glide. So it's like one, as long as it does one, it'll do both of them.
There you go, Cajun. 2400.
Yeah, it's sold out. We'll be back to August. Yeah, but like it shows on there, it's sold out.
So
Wait.
August is like next month, or in just in a couple
2004.
weeks.
I know.
Dang. Hey, is that one you picked up yesterday or a couple days ago?
No, I wish.
Oh, well, was it a lawnmower lift that you picked up?
No, I picked up the Harbor Freight motorcycle lift.
Oh, motorcycle lift.
I
Oh,
want to add the extensions.
because everybody was
Do they
talking
still sell
about
those?
Bruce's lift today on mixed mowers. And I told him, I says, if I'm not mistaken, Brandon got him a lift just a few days ago.
Harbor
I
Freight
didn't say
raised
what
the
kind.
prices up. Remember when you used to get one for $300? Well, now it's like $500 to buy one at Harbor Freight.
Wow.
They're really raising the prices up on a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
Damn.
I guess Bruce Pender was
Well,
everybody
um,
everybody followed his track and like, oh, I'm getting me a lift.
yeah. Well, I know that I've heard that Adam from Tampa, he was saying that the Predator 212s are no longer going to be like $100. They're going up to like about 130, 140.
They already are. They're 136 at my local store.
Wow.
Are they? Wow.
And there's no more coupons. So
Yeah, I remember you used to be able to buy them.
them.
Yeah, you can't get them for $89
Yeah, I
anymore.
know.
Before
were
long, they're
talking
going to be
about
higher
it.
than bricks.
They were talking about a SV150 today. You know, that's an English engine over there. It's a Chonda, like I call them, Chondas. It's a Chonda, but I thought about it right at the end. I didn't get a chance to ask Mick what would that compare to over here, like a Predator, you know, a mower engine, because you know they was on a mower, so that would be equivalent to a Predator from Harbor Freight, that SV150
Is it on a push mower or is it a horizontal?
on a push mower.
This is probably a clone of a GCV 160.
Yeah, I was thinking it's going to be like just about the same as a Honda 160. You know, because what is that one, Johnny, that we did the sump on when we did a bottom overhaul on yours, Johnny, for your log splitter? That was a Greyhound engine.
Yeah.
That was a Greyhound we did a bottom end on Johnny's log splitter. And when I ordered the gaskets, they were for 160, 200. And then Johnny ended up making, didn't you end up making a couple of gaskets too?
Yeah, I had to make a couple of gaskets.
Because for some reason the gaskets didn't, we still had a leak, oil leak. So Johnny ended up making a couple. And
Usually,
Wow.
Honda parts are pretty cheap. Like even the OEM carburetors for that is usually like $20.
Mhm.
yeah, somewhere at $35, I want to say, for a Honda car.
I think
No,
parts,
most the 5-horse Honda would probably run you around 20.
yeah, that's what Parts Tree shows, and Parts Tree's always been on the high side.
Yeah, but is that an OEM?
Yeah, OEM.
I'm-
Parts Tree.
I'm an
sells
OEM
it.
Honda dealer.
And he's
Oh,
OEM.
okay.
I sell
Like,
Yeah, well, we're
Car-
a Briggs dealer, so I'm not a Honda dealer, but we are a Briggs dealer, me and Johnny.
Mhm.
So I didn't know Honda carburetors were that cheap.
yeah, it's not even worth cleaning them really these days on the Honda.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
actually find carburetor kits for Honda higher than the carburetors.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, you see, that I agree with right there. You know, I've always just overhaul, like either I put a kit or just give them a good cleaning, because the Honda car's got a fixed seat in it. It's a brass seat, and I take a Q-tip, and it depends on how bad the seat is. You know, because all those needles have a Viton tip on them, and if the tip's good and the seat is leaking, well, take a Q-tip and a drill, put a little valve grinding compound on it, the fine stuff, work that Q-tip in with that drill,
well,
and clean that car in the ultrasonic cleaner, and after that, boom, no more
what
leaks
a lot of
coming out of
people
Ventura.
clean when they clean those Honda carburetors is that little plastic idle jet in the top. And that actually causes a lot of issues on those.
That too, yeah, that too. A lot of
The
people
reality
don't,
is,
a lot
if
of
you actually add your
homeowners don't
time
know
in,
about it.
But if you add your time in, most of the time on a Honda carburetor, it's
not
cheaper
worth
to put a new carburetor on it.
Well, yeah, but like you like you said, you're a Honda dealer, so you get the parts like me and like we get the wholesale Briggs parts, through power distributors. And I think Brandon's waiting on something from power distributors, aren't you? For
I'm
your
waiting for
dealer?
my dad to call because when we redid everything, we
Right.
put the business in my dad's name because we was trying to grow the business. But my dad ain't much of a person calling. I'm guessing my mom could probably call. She's keeping the books and everything for the business anyway.
As long as you got the code number, your customer number and all that, you're good to go.
They're going to be slow this year. Briggs was just in here not long ago. They're going to be slow signing up dealers. In fact, they're cutting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he's already in there.
No.
No, you're not.
Nope.
Well, I'll give you what's his name?
I'll be right back.
I forget my salesman's name. All right, I forget my salesman's name. Crap. I'll send you the information later, Brandon, in an email or something, or I'll call you, and I'll give you.
Well, he's got to talk to his salesman.
Yeah.
They're regional, so I don't know.
It's the same one. We have the same Dallas warehouse.
Oh, okay.
I'm out of the Dallas part, so he's out the Dallas part too, since he's a lot closer than me.
I know that my rep was in here. They're cutting dealers. They're actually going out, and if they're not full-time, cutting them. I guess they're getting to be going through a cutting phase like they did years ago.
Huh.
Years ago, they would go into shops, and if you had a crankshaft straightener, they'd cut you instantly.
I heard something about that.
We had one at the time. We threw it away. I'd love to get another one and mount it to the wall, even though I won't ever use one.
Yeah, just memorabilia.
Yeah. But I wouldn't use one in the shop. I run a professional shop.
Yeah, we don't have the one like Pterodactyl's got. We got we have a lathe in the shop, and then we'll dial gauge the crank after we straighten it out with the press. We have all the little blocks and stuff like that. Oh yeah, if they not bad out, oh yeah. I got a mower that's running perfect. But 5 years ago, Johnny, we straightened that crank out. Something like that. 4 or 5 years ago, that mower still runs like a top.
Issue.
Yeah, it would be a lot. Like if you get one that's a 1/4 inch or 3/8 out, yeah, no, then you're asking for trouble. For a customer, I do it for myself, but not a bad one. If it's just a little bit out, 1/8 inch, 3/16, something like that, total, yeah, we'll straighten it out a little bit. But if it's bad, like the one I had on my mower was bad. It was bent bad, and it was a mower that I took it out of a block and put it in another block, and put that on a mower, on a push mower.
I just tell them straight up, I don't do crankshaft straightening, and I also don't remove safety switches. If you need a safety switch, I can put a safety switch on. I can replace the safety switch, but I will not remove them. I won't bypass them.
Or you just change it out. If you got, another block, another crank, that's the same thing. Just swap them out.
That's another thing, at least on like push mowers and stuff. I just don't see how the labor comes out. I can sell a push mower for a lot less than, or a push mower engine for less than I can swap the crank out.
Yeah, it only takes me like what, 40 minutes, 45 minutes to tear apart an engine completely. And I got the gasket kits, the overhaul kits already in stock. And once I get everything cleaned up, it takes another, hour and a half or so to get it back together, completely on the frame running. So
Okay, that's 2 hours.
Yeah,
And labor rate, by the time you add the gaskets, everything,
you can get a new engine.
yeah.
yeah, but I sell the mower for 125. I'm still ahead. All it was my time, you know, and a $14 or $11 gasket set.
I hate to say it, but in this industry, time is money.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but if I'm not doing nothing else, that's it. Yeah, I won't put a job ahead of it. You know, I mean that ahead of a job. You know, do it at my convenience.
I think now I'll give you that because I'm in a little bit different position. Our business has been in business for let's see, probably close to 30 years now, selling zero-turn mowers. I've got people that will actually drag things 300 and 400 miles to come to my shop.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, you have a huge shop and a big clientele.
So I just don't do certain things that I could see you doing. But because I don't have the time to fix a push mower crankshaft.
Right.
I couldn't do it for essentially the price of I could sell them an engine. Now I do keep used engines where the frames fell apart because that
Right,
happens a lot
correct.
around here. So I'll sell them a used engine for $50. I also find at auctions I can buy brand new Briggs engines around here when dealers would go out of business for about $25 an engine, which is a little bit cheaper than Briggs.
Yeah.
And I bought up a bunch
a lot
of them.
cheaper than Briggs. Yeah.
So we keep those around. I originally bought them because like hell, I can hardly rebuild carburetors for that. You know.
Yeah, like you were saying, $20 for a Honda car. Hey, yeah. I mean, if I could get a Briggs and Stratton car for $20, yeah, I would do it too. But a lot of the cars that come in, I mean, not the ultrasonic cleaner time, okay? And some of the cars now, I mean, I'm not even gonna put it in ultrasonic cleaner, like the new E-Series Briggs. Those are plastic carbs on the port side of the engine. The left side as you're pushing it. Man, look, in 20 minutes, that's back together. Corner port back together, lawnmower running. Guaranteed.
See, I can actually I use the I actually do put those little carburetor I guess you call them the little plastic kits in them. If you want to call it a kit. I use those because those are about $6.
You're talking about
10
the
minutes.
cartridge? The
Yeah.
cartridge? Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I just popped the ball bearing at the top of the cartridge. I blow it out real good, and I pop the ball bearing back in. Boom. My new cartridges are still hanging on the rack. Quartz rack.
But see, in my version, I can put that cartridge in. It's $6. Less than 10 minutes. Car's rebuild. It's out. I'm done.
Right.
On to something more profitable.
Well, I can do the whole carb job, and okay, how long would it take you to do the whole carb job just popping a cartridge in?
Less than 10 minutes.
Okay, it would take me 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and the mower's running. So an extra 5 minutes, you know, just to pop the ball bearing out, blow the jets out, eyeball and make sure there's nothing in it, you know, naturally. And, you know, a lot of these people around here, the small town, there are a lot of older people that bring us mowers and stuff, or we go do house calls, you know, when the shops close. We make them a deal, and they always come back. There's a shop down the road that a lot of people would not go back to. Years ago, they didn't go back to that one guy that owned it. Now that Brandon took over, that's his name, Brandon, not that Brandon, another Brandon. And, hey, he helps the older people out too. So, man, he's got a thriving business. 3 times as better as the other guy. 3 times more business.
Hey, food go.
Yeah, my thing is just price and getting them done. I've not had a complaint on the price on that.
I'll be right back.
I mean, if you look at the price of a new push mower these days, you can't go buy $100 push mower new anymore.
Well, I'm just saying for like a carb rebuild, if I can do a carb rebuild for $15 or it's like, I think it's like $16, $17. on a push mower, then that's that's the way we take it. I've never had a complaint on price.
Yeah.
Less than 10 minutes.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah.
You want to have a good laugh, Brandon?
Yeah.
Hey, you remember those all those Democrats that wound up getting on the plane going up to Washington,
I
D.C.?
saw that earlier, Vader.
Yeah. Hey, Robert, check this out. The trying to call kind of an emergency session for the Congress people to come together to work on some stuff. It's like every single Democrat decided to hightail it out of Texas to go up to Washington, D.C. I read today that 3 of them had tested positive for COVID, even though they were vaccinated.
You can still get COVID after the vaccine.
I mean, it's just like dogs getting sick.
Yeah.
You can get them. You wouldn't. You get them vaccinated for like parvo or something. They can still get parvo. It just lessens the chances.
Yeah.
It also lessens the severity of it.
But I know you don't like political stuff. Brandon, yeah. Well, Brandon, you don't like political stuff on here. But I'm looking at that. That is just got to be so funny that they wound up going all the way up there and 3 of them tested positive. I'm going, man, that'd be kind of nice if they wound up doing it to everybody else gets it.
Yeah, I read something today on
Especially
the
the old
internet
back up
news,
there.
ABC News or something, CBS News, that Ted Cruz was talking about how a bunch of guys left Texas to go haul booty out of Texas to go to Washington or whatever. I didn't know the whole story about it. I just seen the headline title. That's it.
Yeah. Yep. And Governor
that might be a pay raise for me.
Hey, from what I understand, I also saw that Abbott is threatening to have every single one of them arrested when they come back.
Yeah. So guess what I'm having to order, guys? I'm working on a push mower that I haven't worked on in years. I got to order a carburetor diaphragm. I haven't worked on one of those push mowers in years.
What kind?
The one that has the
diaphragm in it?
I didn't hear you, Brandon.
The kind that has the diaphragm under the carburetor.
Oh, the flow jet?
Yeah.
A diaphragm.
Wow.
A
I've
push
worked on one
mower.
of those in years.
Oh, you talking about a classic?
Yeah, classic.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. I was thinking of a
3.5,
bigger engine.
4-horse classic with the plastic carb on top of the tank.
Yeah, I haven't worked on one of those in years.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
regular
Wow, we get a lot of those
custom
down there. That's my favorite engine. I have a couple with the top starter. Snapper used to put the Briggs engines with that top starter for a lady. It says, so easy to start, even a lady can do it. It was in the Snapper commercials. And it was the lady would stand on top and you pull it straight up the pull rope. And I have 2 of those old engines.
Hey, Jay Young, I didn't actually block
I remember
you. Believe it or not, I'm a cheap ass, and I have a prepaid phone and ran out of text. For some reason, my credit card keeps getting denied to buy more. I'll get it fixed by Monday.
Robert, prepaid?
Yeah.
You really are going to be put on extreme cheat sheets.
Thank God it was cutting his grass next to my camp when I went.
Next thing you know, he'll be on there with the guy who eats cat food instead of tuna.
Shocker, I know that I'm cheap. I know.
Hey, Robert,
I
I was talking about you on, a Twisted V Twin.
What about me?
We were talking about, well, we were on Twisted V Twins stream before Brandon came on, and it's like, yeah, it's like that. You know, I could hear Robert Waters going, no, that's for rich people.
Yeah, I am actually. I'll admit I'm a cheapskate. My wife claims our pinch bar, which is, I think it's a 6-foot pry bar, essentially, is my wallet opener.
Yeah, well,
Most
6
of my
foot bar
expensive
is a
tools.
pinch
Sure,
bar.
it's
Yeah.
not a jackhammer.
Well, she did.
You sure it's not?
Well, she did claim Jaws of Life for a while to open my wallet, but she's found me a program where I can pay $200 a year and get unlimited text and talk. So we're going to go to an unlimited plan. So I will get as soon as they'll take my credit card, I'll be getting that fixed. Still
Who's
being a
your,
cheapskate, I know.
provider?
I actually have a was it track
Hey,
phone?
Robert, who? Because I've been with T-Mobile for over 20 years, and I just want to change my rate plan, and I've got unlimited talk, text, and data, and on my phone, I didn't have a new phone, kept old one, and I can use my tablet with 2 gigs of data a month. I'm paying like $50 a month.
I'm paying $750 a month for my cell phone right now. I'm going up to 16. So
$20 a month.
You're paying how much a month?
People.
$7.50 a month. But I have to pay it for a year in advance.
Okay, cheap enough. That's cheap enough.
But I'm going up to 16 just so I can get unlimited talk
See,
and
me,
text.
I just got to worry about paying. Now, but that also include your data?
We have what is it, 2 gigs a month of data on that program.
See, right. Well, see, for
But it's
me,
rollover.
I was paying a little bit more.
But data's rollover on my
Right.
The data with
But
rollover.
on
I
mine-
basically don't use it.
Right. Well, I know on my phone, I was able, if I didn't go over 2 gigs a month, I got a $10 kickback and everything. But, with this new rate plan I'm on, it's like $50 a month. And I'm going, $50. That's all I'm going to pay, and that's unlimited talk, text, and data. And that also includes 2 gigs a month for use on my tablet. Where do I sign?
See, my wife's phone plan is $150 every 2 years.
Wow.
So
I just read with Jay Youngfoot. That's funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now, if you're not using the data and everything, okay, I can understand that. If it's for, okay, but I'm using mine for data, no, I need to pay, I guess I need to pay that extra.
Put it this way: if you go live like we are now on a cell phone or a tablet, you know how fast 2 gigs would last?
probably not even
long.
the full stream.
Not very long.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah. Because I asked a girl at the phone company. I think it was 3 gigs of data or something like that, and I'm like, "Well, I stream." She's like, "Well, what do you mean stream? You watching streaming videos?" Like, no, I live stream on YouTube, but I go through StreamYard. She says, "Yeah, it's still using your data through AT&T, on YouTube. So yeah," she says, "it wouldn't last long at all, not even a day."
But see, my thing is I live and work at my shop. All I'm actually, when I leave, I'm going out picking up a lawnmower, coming back, maybe getting groceries.
Mhm.
That's the only time I leave my property.
Mhm.
So what's the point of having data?
Right, yeah, since you got Wi-Fi and you can connect your phone. Like, I don't have data on my phone, my cell phone. I use it here in the tablets.
Night Crystal.
You know, they cheap tablets, you know, $100. You know, no iPhone, no iPads, nothing like that. Just an on or Digiland from Best Buy. And like earlier when I was outside, well, I was using Wi-Fi.
Oh, Patrick's here. Hi, Patrick. Patrick ain't been on here a while.
Hey, Eleanor.
Live stream.
Hello, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick.
Now, I'm probably going to use data more to do credit cards on site, but that's basically about it. That's what I use my data for.
Oh, okay.
That way I can, but that doesn't take up that much. Kind of, if I'm driving, I don't want my cell phone on anyway, you know?
Yeah, well, there you go. There you go.
So basically, Robert, what you're trying to say is every time you open up your wallet, moths come flying out?
Probably not even that level. My wallet's not empty most of the time. And I do spend money.
Open.
I'll write at least one $75,000
Hey,
check.
Dollar Tree don't.
So.
Hey, Robert, grocery shopping at Dollar Tree for the week doesn't count.
Oh, Dollar Tree's too expensive. I don't go there. I'm the only guy on YouTube that will say honestly that I don't shop at Harbor Freight because it's too expensive. And I honestly believe that.
I don't shop at Walmart. They're too expensive.
So where do you shop?
I'm serious
Where
when
do
I
you
say
shop
that.
for tools then?
Technically,
wait a minute. Okay, I got to retract some of that. I don't grocery shop at Walmart.
I won't either. I go to Kroger, and believe it or not, it's cheaper than Walmart.
It is. Yes.
Tools. I've been turning wrenches for over 30 years, so I've got most of my tools. Outside of that, I like auctions when I do buy new stuff. I do have some Harbor Freight sockets and impact sockets. Technically, Lowe's and Home Depot are cheaper on chrome than Harbor Freight. And if you actually look it up, Sunex and a few other companies are cheaper on impact sockets.
We still
Harbor Freight
waiting on
is
the Snap-on truck.
The Snap-on truck wouldn't let me on without a credit account, so I will never be back on a Snap-on truck.
Johnny's got a few impact sockets in his tool set that one or two of them is broke, and I hadn't seen the Snap-on guy. I have to call him if it's the same one.
I do have some stuff to turn into Snap-on from years ago, but I need to get a hold of one, but most of the time I have to take it to an auto shop up the road and get them to replace it.
Oh, yeah, like, well, the Snap-on truck, don't he go to the body shop next door every now and then? But once a month, twice a month?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that way we can give the impact sockets to him, and then he can change it in for
But
you.
it's usually a Matco truck that goes next to it.
Oh, yeah.
So I've never seen a Matco truck or a Cornwall truck in my life.
Matco's down here.
I have. I've seen Snap-on, I've seen Matco, and Cornwell. I've seen all four of them.
Okay, I'll be right back.
And at the time, right, for me, I was actually buying more Cornwell stuff because to me the quality was just as good, but the price was about half of what Snap-on wanted. You know, it's kind of like going and buying that green and yellow tractor. You're paying for that paint. You're not, and the name and everything, but you've still got the quality, you know, of a Ford.
I've said
that's
this
the way I
before,
look at it.
I've never been on a tool truck. I've never stepped foot on a tool truck in my life. I have Snap-on stuff, and I have Mac stuff, but I bought them either at auction or pawn shops. I've never stepped on a foot on a tool truck.
I've only bought one thing off of a tool truck, a pair of pliers from Snap-on. The only other thing I wanted, my dad thought I wanted an impact screwdriver. He sold me his and bought a brand new set. He used to buy on the Snap-on truck. But my last trip on, I took $2,000 in cash to buy a set of sockets. And the guy said, well, he wouldn't let me on and pay cash. I had to have a credit account.
Really?
So I told him to go to hell and didn't buy the socket set. He wouldn't even let me on the truck. When the auto shop that I was up there, I was buying some parts. I wasn't stocking batteries at the time because there was an auto guy up the road that was stocking batteries, and he stocked plenty of lawnmower batteries. I just drive a block up the road, pick up the battery, and come back and put it in, just getting one at a time. And there's not profit in it. So it's like, what the hell, you know? Well, I went up there, and the Snap-on guy was there, and I said, oh, I want to set a socket. The owner of the shop said I could get on there and put it on his personal account, and he still wouldn't let my ass get on the truck. And I had $2,000 cash in my pocket. So I said to go to hell. And then he said I was too small to stop it. So it's like, screw you. I won't ever go on one again.
Some people's children.
I do need to buy more metric stuff. More now that I'm getting more and more into power sports because it pays really, really good. I need to stop more. I need more metric stuff.
Yeah, because all of that stuff's metric.
Yeah.
Then you have certain specialty tools too, when you're dealing with four-wheelers and all that. Specialty tools.
I haven't ran into too many that I need, especially tool-wise, but mostly the tool that removes the flywheel on those, and I already have that. It was cheap enough.
Most of the specialty tools aren't too bad.
Whenever Johnny's dad would need a tool, he'd make it in the machine shop.
I would love to learn how to do that. About to get my lathe fixed.
Yeah, well, the shop, the big
What's
shop's
wrong with lathe?
equipped with fully equipped shop with just about every machine tool you can imagine.
Yeah.
You know, Johnny's got that huge 3-phase metal shaper in there. And I think he was here a while ago. Small time machine. I don't know. I told him, I said, if you want it, Johnny will make a deal on it, but you got to come get it yourself.
That's a bit of a drive for him from Washington to Louisiana.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, or have it shipped, but it's going to take a heavy duty forklift.
Yeah.
With the big tires on, you know, not a regular warehouse forklift. A huge one.
The problem with that is you can actually buy a shaper cheaper than you can ship it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of those aren't worth much more than scrap value, unfortunately, because most people don't know how to use them.
Yep.
Yeah. Man, this sucker's huge. Oh man.
And see, Robert Waters is close into the areas where he can get good deals on that stuff at auction and stuff.
Oh, there's
I'm gonna go look at
right there.
Ohio's the best area.
Oh man.
So technically,
awesome.
Mike Hodge.
And just the device that goes on that thing takes 4 people to pick it up.
Device that goes on the shaper, 4 people to pick it up and load it.
It's that wide.
It's a huge piece of machinery. This sucker's like, well, it's 3-phase, but you can easily convert that electric motor over to regular, 220.
You can even run a VFD on it.
I told Justin for good of the land that we should go up to Ohio and take a gooseneck because that machinery up there is so cheap and bring it back here in Texas. They sell it for so high here in Texas.
Yeah.
You make a killing. It's anybody that can do that.
The
No.
sad thing is, you know why it's cheap in Ohio? That company drives all over the country, buys it cheap before places go out, and hauls it back to Ohio.
Yeah.
And then they just flood the market with it. Someplace up around Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I see Justin is a lot closer to me than small
Well,
time.
he lives on the Louisiana border.
Yeah, right. He's a lot closer to us. I mean, Justin's only about 4 hours from us, 5 hours, something like that. All he's got to do is cross Toledo Bend on Pendleton Bridge, and boom, he's almost here.
So
You
if
know?
I had a way to haul it, they had a small hobby shaper, a brown and sharp one for $250. It worked in Ohio. If I had a way to haul it back at $250, I would have brought it back to Texas.
I'd like a hobby shaper just to have one, but there's just not. The mills are more common, and hardly anybody knows how to run a shaper anymore. You know, it might give a nicer finish than a mill, but just they're hard to or not common anymore.
Yeah. I mean, look at all those tools I bought, all that, the Starrett and all those measuring tools and stuff I bought back in Ohio. I give that guy $250 for all of that, and there was way more than that.
Now the tooling is hard for us to get.
Seeing when I was there.
I've actually seen a mill, a Bridgeport mill that I passed up for $650.
$650?
Yeah.
Wow.
And if you go,
what did you do that for?
Because it was hot, miserable, and I was busy.
Oh.
yeah,
and I had to have it off that day.
Guys, they almost give those things away there.
3-phase or one of the big, huge? Okay, one of the big, huge machine shop, commercial machine shop mills. Okay, there's one in the shop. Johnny and his dad got it from Wholesale Tools out of Houston, and they're not even in business anymore. I forget the name of it. It's 3-phase. It's aromatic, as you call it. Goes back and forth and everything by itself. But who you said, Bob's? Bob's what, Johnny?
We used to go to Joe's too.
Joe's too.
Big Joe's too.
Big Joe's. That's it. I was thinking Bob.
I don't think that's even in business anymore. Either.
Yeah, they were out of Houston. Big Joe's and Wholesale Tools.
We stop at all kind of places like that when we go to Houston, just to go live.
And then this one came out of Houston. That's when the shop was kind of empty.
I want a Bridgeport mill, but because I got a South Bend lathe that I kind of like, good enough size for me. But I'm running a Chinese mill at this location. We have a German World War II German mill out of the other location, which is kind of cool looking. So I may.
How tall is yours? Altogether, how tall is it?
The Chinese one? I'm not sure.
The big one you said y'all had.
Oh, I'm not sure how tall the knee would be on that, so I don't know the travel. It's probably about the size of most of your Bridgeports, but it doesn't do the side. Like it's probably only a 24-inch maybe travel on the y-axis instead of some of the Bridgeports I can get 40-80.
This one looks like a Bridgeport. It's about let's see, I'm almost 6 foot. Johnny's about my height. So this one's right to the very top of the mill from the concrete slab. I want to say it's right about 6'6", 7 foot tall. all together.
It's on a stand. Though.
Yeah, well, it's on a stand, but it's a very heavy duty stand.
All that really matters is your travel. I mean,
Yeah, I think
basically
this
like
one's,
the height of your Z.
Well, the travel on this one's about, let me see, from here to here, huh, Johnny? 36 inches?
Something like that.
I think it's 36 inches from left to right.
Mm-hmm. The one we had in Evansville, we used to use to bore engines before I got a boring bar.
Oh, okay.
So all he was ever concerned with was the knee height, where you could chuck an engine to where you could bore it.
Yeah. Oh,
with a boring
correct,
bar.
Correct. Gotcha.
That's all it was really ever used for. Outside of that, he primarily uses it as a drill press. But
yeah.
it is technically a German mill, and it's accurate enough. It's just looks old and needs to be restored. So someday I'll do it. Right now I'm running a Grizzly in the back of my shop.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with a Grizzly. Nothing.
No.
It's got a lot of chatter. I'm used to better.
Chatter, well, maybe true it up a little bit.
No, it's true. It's just the table will jump and catch and jump.
Really?
On the grill. Yeah.
Huh.
It'll bite at times and just jerk if it bites hard enough. So basically, it'll just yank the table over instead of moving with the travel. If you catch it wrong, if you bite too much. Can I work with it? Yes. But will it mess up pieces if you try to take too big of a bite?
Yeah.
See, that's the problem with that lathe where it has that missing tooth. If you try to use the power feed, when it hits that tooth, it'll jump right there.
Mm-hmm. This doesn't have it. It'll actually break because it's got some essentially nylon pieces. And you can make them, and I need to make some out of brass, see if that helps. But it'll yank the table over, basically.
Hey, Robert, where'd you find that German lathe at?
Or the mill? Came out of an Amish guy's shop.
Really?
I forget the name of it. But yeah, it came out of a...
I didn't think the Amish had electric.
They don't. They run them on belts. Like the old, basically the old blacksmith style shops. They'll run a gas engine on the outside, running a belt drive system. They had lathes. In fact, that's where we got the South Bend lathe. It was technically out of a Amish shop. It's got the back of it's butchered for running the flat belt in it. So,
wow. Wonder how it got all the way over here to America then. If it's, you said World War II German.
I'm not sure how it got here, but it's World War II era. It's 40s era, early 40s. Not sure how it got here. But.
Well, unless it was, imported, say, before December 7th, 41. Yeah, I can understand that. Because, we were still, dealing with them.
I think it came over after. Would be
so
my
it might
guess.
be post World War II then.
No, I think it was surplus. And just imported. It would be my guess.
That's a possibility.
Because it would have been early 40s.
Yeah, because I know after World War II, because during World War, or right after World War II, I know that both Germany and Italy, they were suffering because of, all the damage and everything done. So they were doing whatever they could to money to do, restoration and rebuilding. So what was surplus, what they could use, they were saying, here, we'll sell it. Someone buy it.
Yeah, that I don't know, but it from what we understood, it's a early 40s, which would put it when we probably wouldn't have been doing business with Germany, from what we have seen of
Right.
it. No, actually, I was friends with the Amish guy, Mike. Still friends with him, in fact. But I'm probably one of the only non-Amish guys that have been in their machine shop up there. They used to feed me food. I got to eat at the outside table and eat with the guys and everything.
My mom's cousin used to live by some Amish people, and she would help them every now and then. And that's what she talked about. They was always bringing her food and stuff.
Oh, you can eat like a king if you eat at a family dinner at middle of the summer or right at harvest time, basically.
Yeah.
About now when some of the corn's ripe. Oh. Hell, we even went up one year to cut ice.
Oklahoma. Yeah, I go to Oklahoma because they've got a big Amish community up there. I'm going, geez, I wonder if they have any of that kind of stuff up there. I can go.
Small town. That's actually why we think it was pre-war, because it just says Germany on it. That's where they got that idea. Is after the war, it would have been West or East Germany.
Yep.
So
this is main Germany on there or Deutschland. Yeah, it would
actually
be.
Says Deutschland.
It would definitely be. Yeah. Okay, if it says Deutschland, then that would be either World War II or actually during. But I think if it says Deutschland, then that would actually be pre-World War II.
I wouldn't think so by the design. It actually matches are close to the same technology as our like our Delta drill press that came out of the LST factory in Evansville. It's similar in setup really to that. So I would have figured somewhere around World War II era. I mean, now that's my prized possession. If you've ever saw that video while it was up, I got a drill press out of the LST factory. It went from the LST factory to the International Door Company. That's the drill press they used to make the front doors to the World Trade Center. That's sitting in my shop.
Oh, wow.
That was the first tool my wife bought me. They closed the factory probably in 2009 and auctioned everything off. And my wife was proud. She bought me a $200 drill press. She thought she bought this little bitty drill press.
$200?
I show up there. Yeah, I paid $200 for it. This thing is massive. It's got 4 heads on it where you hit a lever and the head swap. It's an awesome drill press. But it came out of the LST factory before that. We bought the auction or the office for $10, and we found the receipts for it. So,
oh, jeez. You talk about hitting the gold line on that one.
Well, you had to be a business to bid.
Yeah.
So we cleaned up. We bought our office because they were full of filing cabinets, and I wanted them to put parts in. So $10 for, and it also had some desks in there that looked interesting that were made in Evansville, where I was born, probably in the 50s or so. And I wanted those. So $10, you get 2 desks, like 10 filing cabinets. Yeah, what the hell, right?
See,
hey, Brandon, make that big.
There's advantage of being a licensed business sometimes. There's some disadvantages too, but you do have your advantages.
Yeah, I got my belt grinder real cheap for that reason one time, and I bought a surface grinder for $50 in an auction where you had to be a business to go. A Bridgeport surface grinder, $50.
We got a better deal on our cell phone
Wow.
coverage from being a business. They give us a better rate.
I need to see if I can get a better rate.
We went through T-Mobile. I think we're paying for 4 lines. We're paying 100. Well, 5 lines. We're paying like 120 for 5 lines.
That's
I
not
can't
bad.
get T-Mobile here. That's why I went with TrackPhone.
Oh, a track phone, that's going to cost a lot of
You
money.
can't get T-Mobile there?
Nope.
No.
TrackPhone's who I was getting it for $150 for 2 years.
Unlimited minutes?
No, we just don't leave the property, so we don't use cell phones.
Oh.
Wife can use it when she wants, but
okay. You can take that off, Brandon. You can take me down there.
Oh, but removed it from the stream.
That's some good sized crawfish right there.
But I just the minutes are expensive now. There is a program for like less than $20 a month, unlimited talk and text, and 2 gigs a month. Oh, but if you add in what I already have saved up.
Oh, okay.
So, I'll have 2 gigs a month next year.
Johnny used to have track phone, and then he started having trouble with their service. And it's like, I don't know what happened with track phone down here. He couldn't receive calls, make calls in a lot of areas that he used to before. So.
If that gets there, I'll swap because nobody has my number anyway. I guess a few people from the internet do, but like Jay Young, I'm not sure if Brandon's ever asked for it or not. But
no, I know how to
most
get
people don't have it.
if I need to.
Yeah. With me, again, with my lifestyle, I don't need a cell phone other than when I'm on the road, and track phone works around here.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, that's super cool like that. Big time. Well, like small town machine shops. I was reading that comment, but that's super cool. But Johnny, he's on the road a lot, and he was spending around, I don't know, between 50 and 60 a month. So he finally went with AT&T, $25 a month, unlimited talk and text. Now he doesn't have data. He put it this way: the big shop, there's no internet over there, so there's no computer over there. All the computer work, looking up parts, IPLs, illustrated parts lists, and all that happens over here at my office. At my house.
Well, so we have to have internet here. We have, for all the lookups. I mean, the other business is probably going to be half internet itself. We used to have an online parts distributorship. I closed it. Wasn't making any money.
Scott said he's got Straight Talk, which is track phone. I thought Straight Talk was affiliated with AT&T.
Yeah, track phone is Verizon.
Okay. Straight Talk. I always thought that was an AT&T company.
And that's
affiliated with AT&T because they cheap over here.
Verizon service is expensive.
That's basically, I've got the option of track phone or Verizon. That's it.
Yeah, and they ain't cheap. They got good service, but they ain't cheap.
Yeah. So track phone, I think for if somebody is poor, it's great. Or cheap like me. I mean, I guess I don't think I should qualify as poor.
No. No. All your money's tied up in assets.
A lot of it is.
Yeah. It's just like a coin collector. Ask Brandon or Mater. If you're a coin collector, you never broke, and you don't have your money tied up into anything else. You have money tied up in money, which is worth more than like silver coins. That's going to be worth more than anything else. You know, a quarter silver, silver quarter is $6.75 right now.
I guess it depends because I've never really had coins that was really worth very much. I just collected them for the fun of it, not for the money value.
Yeah, but a coin collector's never broke. You always have money, or more money actually than what you have in your collection.
Yep.
Well,
yeah, it's just like
I'm just cheap,
what
basically.
Cajun and I were talking about the other night. Is I was watching a movie that Cajun's never heard of, and that was that movie UHF with Weird Al Yankovic. And in the movie, you get this bum, he's asking for change and everything, and all of a sudden the guy just hands him a penny, and the guy goes, "Oh, wow, thanks, mister." And later on in the movie, he goes up and hands a Weird Al. He says, "I'll take $2,000 worth of shares and everything." And what was it telling the other guy that that penny he gave him was a 1955 double-dyed Denver wheat penny. Adrian was saying that was what, about 80 grand? And that was you saying that one penny is worth about $80,000?
It depends on the condition of it. Yeah, it depends on the condition on that certain coin. Yeah.
Right. So on some coins, they could be worth a lot of money. I know about a year or so ago, I saw on YouTube this guy was going, be on the lookout for this 2018 Philadelphia dime that collectors paid up to $1,800 for it. I'm going, $1,800 for a 2018 dime? I was like, what's so special? I looked at it, and the video showed that when the back were scratched. There was something was putting scratch marks on the clad and everything, and they were getting minted. The dies were hitting, so the scratch marks are in the mint mark.
Yeah, that were the feeder fingers on that. Like,
I'll buy gold when it's cheap, like vintage coins,
right?
Like Roman stuff like that. But I don't. That's just a nice way to save a fortune in your safe.
Yeah.
Right. And gold's gonna always go up.
I always heard it's safer to invest in that than it is to invest in stocks.
It is, and it's a nice way to keep. I've got a safe that if a man's big enough to carry it off, he can have it. It's an old methadone clinic safe. And
okay, that thing's heavy then, probably.
It almost turned over my fork truck that I used to unload mowers, but I got it for $200, so I couldn't pass up the deal.
Right.
It's over a 1 inch thick of plate.
Steel plate. Imagine. Yeah, I can imagine.
But if a man's big enough to carry that thing, he can have it, and we put our stuff in that.
I got two friends of mine. Okay, one of this is about 3 years ago. Mitchell Spencer. He sent me a couple of pictures of a penny he found. The first box of pennies he got from the bank ever. It was a new up and coming coin collector. He's been collecting for a while, looking through change, but he started getting into it heavy. He went to the bank and got a box of pennies, circulated pennies, not all brand new. And it was, I think the third or fourth roll into the box. He takes some pictures. He sends them to me and another friend of ours. And I'm like, dude, you know how much that coin is worth? It was a 1969 S DDO, double dyed envelope. And it was a type 2, if I'm not mistaken. $27,000 at auction for that penny.
I'm never that lucky.
He made $26,999.99 profit.
Yeah. I guess I've never taken the time to learn coins, so I've got too much else on my mind.
And for North coins, he was going through some rolls, random circulated rolls, and he finds a 1992 cam, close AM, on America, on the back of the penny. The A and the M in America were almost touching on the bottom legs of the A and the M. That was almost $11,000. Yeah, so a penny can make you rich. Well, not rich, but you got a lot of lunch money in your pocket.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but it's just you got to know what you're talking about to make any money at it. And I've always had other ways of making money.
Oh, actually, no. For North, when he found that penny, that was in change. That was in pocket change. That was in pocket change.
Well, Cajun, how much did you say? But how much did you say one of those, one of the last W minted quarters worth?
Oh, the quarters, when the W quarters first came out, they were going for $300, $400, $500 a piece. The West Point Mint Market.
Now, for a brand new quarter, we're talking 2019.
Yeah, 2019. Found in pocket chain.
Yeah.
Look at that big old crawfish.
It's big.
Almost got some craft clothes on there.
Yep. And Robert, that's one thing that I know I've seen on YouTube, that NGC, every time the mint was going to have a new one come out for West Point, they were offering a $2,000 reward for the first one ever shipped to them.
Right. That was
saying,
PCGS.
we'll pay you $2,000 and ship it to us. We'll grade it and send it back to you.
Yep.
They were going $2,000 just to send it to them.
$2,000 bounty, and then they had smaller bounties for they had money on the first 100 that people would send in, or the first 200. They had a bounty. I think it was like the lowest bounty was $50.
Yep.
So
Subject small engines.
See, I said I've never gotten into coin collecting much. I realize if you buy gold cheap and you put it in the safe, you're typically okay when it crashes. But same with silver. My wife will buy up on silver to make jewelry when it dives low enough. We figure that those are safe bets, but
oh yeah, especially if you're buying gold coins that you can get, the old gold coins that you can get, and if you can get them at spot price, that's good, because the numismatic value will always come up more than the actual gold value.
If I'm buying gold, I'm buying for the price of gold, and then I'm looking for an actual
spot price.
Right. Yeah.
Spot price, correct.
I mean, let's be realistic. I'm cheap. I'm buying below cost, or I'm not buying, because I'm not, I'm the choice or last choice for people if they're selling to me, and that's tough. You'd be shocked at what people offer you as a business.
In other words, we need to change your. Hey, Robert. In other words, what we need to do is change your name to Fred Mertz.
What's that one?
He was the landlord for Lucy and Desi from I Love Lucy. They said it was so cheap and everything. If he squeezed a penny, that Lincoln would holler.
Yeah. Hey, my Uncle Walter, he had a wallet. I mean, he had a lot of $100 bills and $50 bills in it. and his wallet, and there's no business cards in it, okay? This is a fat wallet. He closed that wallet, and he had one of them real thick rubber bands to hold it closed that's double wrapped. And if he would pull $1 out of it, George Washington would put sunglasses on. That
my
man-
wife's favorite comments are
Frugal.
my wife convinced me to buy her a metal lathe instead of an engagement ring. That is not my style pin, by the way. And she swears that the reason she did that was someday she'd shove a piece of coal in my ass and she'd get a diamond back out.
Wow. That's original. I never heard that one before.
Yep.
That's what she told the auctioneer that day. When I made a crack that she's like, oh, she said she wanted this instead of an engagement ring. They were all laughing because I bought the metal lathe for $45 that day, which was cheap.
Gee.
That's a steal.
Hi, Ray.
Yeah.
Why'd
Ray.
you watch the ad?
What's up, Keeper?
Guys, I know it ain't a whole lot of money, but you know, I was looking at my ad revenue for the last 2 days. I've only been monetized for the last 2 days. I've already made $13. You know, that ain't a whole lot, but that's actually more than I thought I was going to make off of this.
You made 13 just in ad revenue, or is that
Yeah.
including your super chats now?
No, I only got a super chat today, and it's a day behind.
Okay.
Wow, you're gonna make big bucks.
Wow.
And you got 2 channel members now.
Yeah, but hey, that's your ad revenue. But what's your share of that $13?
What's that, like 24%? They take 24% out, taxes and their fees.
Well, you must have had a lot of views to have that much ad revenue.
I can't tell. Like my last video really didn't have that many views, but a lot of my old videos. That video I did, y'all remember the video where I did the color command? Those videos are really taking off now,
Okay.
and that's what's bringing me a lot of ad money, is those videos.
I don't see YouTube.
All right, guys, I'm going to have to jump off of here. I got some yard work I got to try and get done before going to church in the morning.
Okay, Mater.
And Brandon knows about how to get at 8:30. So I got to get off here in there and get sleep because I think the alarm set for like 6 o'clock in the morning. That way we can get up and try and get some more of this grass cut and everything ready for church. Hey,
Well,
Brandon,
you're a little late on coming here for the crawfish. I'm sorry I interrupted. Go ahead, Brandon.
Like I said, congrats on getting that. I know you've been working hard at doing that. I know you've been always talking about it. So come on, guys, why not wagging? By the way, Brandon,
And it wasn't really even about the money. It was just about the milestone and wanting to be able to do it.
Why you
Because I make money. I got a business. I make money. YouTube, what little money YouTube is just put back into the channel.
Right. Now,
just wanted to know I could do it.
did you see what Mark was saying about why you get you probably lost some of your watch hours on YouTube? He was saying that if you lose a subscriber, YouTube will take all those watch hours away.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I didn't know he was losing
why you had them. Right. But why you had them and then someone unsubscribed, they took all your hours back.
Well, I get those people that subscribe and unsubscribe a lot. Like I'll be 1,510, and next day I'll be just 1,500. So My sub count really fluctuates a lot. It's a roller coaster ride with them. That's why I don't even pay attention to it anymore.
Hey, Dave.
Like I said, for me on my channel, I'm doing this for fun to be able to hang out with guys like you, and learn some stuff. And I mean, I'm doing it for fun. I'm not, I got a day job. I'm not, worried about getting monetized and making tons of money. I know there's no way I know I'm going to be able to do that. Because I hear the subscribers like some of the bigger channels got, or getting the people to watch. I mean, I've seen some that, get like 22,000 views on one video, or they'll have, 2,000 people watching at one time. Like, man, I'm just happy just being able to do it and, entertain people. Especially get a chance to see Robert having a big old smile on his face every now and then. He's always looking so grumpy whenever he comes on here.
I'm just a grumpy person. Comes from being a cheapskate.
Well, they always say I always look pissed off too. My family say that all the time, that I always look like I'm pissed off.
You're not a cheapskate.
I'll see you guys later. Y'all have fun tonight.
Later, Mater.
All right, Mater.
See y'all.
Pluta, Nate. Pluta. Robert, you're not a cheapskate. You're not a tightwad. You are what they call frugal. You mean that means you watch your money. That means you watch your money. You're not a spendthrift. You just don't buy. You don't go window shopping like certain ladies do, and go buy out the whole store. You know what I mean?
Actually, when we shop, we do.
Well, you're gonna prove me a liar now.
No, well, when I'm spending money, it's typically on inventory. I mean, I'll spend $2,000 easy day. The highest check I've written is over. Actually, the highest check is over $100. So when I spend, but it's on merch. Stuff for the business.
You, Mike Hodge.
All right, takes money to make money.
Yeah.
You got to reinvest. You got to buy stock naturally. You have to restock your parts, all that. That doesn't count as spending a lot of money.
Well, if you think about it, $3,000 these days don't buy a whole lot of inventory.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, and it depends on what you're buying too.
Typically, no. $3,000 a freight truck. Get something shipped freight, you're talking $20,000 order plus.
Yeah, to open up a full-blown lawnmower shop or small engine repair shop. Okay, now I backed off of the lawnmower shop. Small engine repair, 4-wheelers, 3-wheelers, all that. If you have your own building and your tools and all that, just for your stock and everything, and your operating costs and stuff, just say for 6 months or whatever. All right, it's got $150,000.
That wouldn't cover it.
I mean, just in parts. Okay.
If you want to be a dealer, that would cut it. You're talking $250,000.
Okay. All right. Well, $250,000. How big is your shop?
30,000 square feet.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's see. All right. The shop's let me think how big the big shop is. I want to say it's like 6,000 square feet, 7,000. The big shop over here, about 7,000 square feet, and full of junk. Not junk, It's full of tools and outboard motors and then we got a display counter, the point of sales counter, cash register counter and all that. And there's an addition in the back for the gunsmith shop. So
I bought a lumber. I bought essentially I bought a city block.
Yeah.
But I sold paid $70,000.
70,000 for the property.
Yeah, property and building.
Oh, okay.
Blacksmith shop, and probably lose about 7,000 for that.
Oh, it was a blacksmith shop at one time.
Yeah, there's a blacksmith shop back. It's got all the belts. I wish I could store it too far. And there's a warehouse. Basically, this one's one of the smaller. It's 65 foot. 40. The warehouse is a little bit bigger and black. 2 stories.
Okay. Now, Brandon, are you hearing his audio breaking up a little bit, or is it just me?
Oh, I thought it was just me. Cause I'm outside away from my house.
Yeah, I know his audio is breaking up. Okay. I caught most of what he said though.
Yeah, I did too.
Cajun, where I work, my shop needs to bring in $2,500 a day to break even with the overhead per day. Oh, okay. Well, enlighten me on that. What kind of shop is it? Small engine shop, or I mean, 2,500 a day to break even. That's a lot of money. Well, yeah. That's why I'm wondering what kind of business it
My
is.
shop is Dave's working at.
Huh?
It's not when you're dealing at the shop the size that Dave's working at. $2,500 is probably very easy to make in a day's time.
Yeah.
And he's not working on someone's push mower. He's working on mostly like commercial zero turns and commercial equipment like that. And that's where his money's at.
Okay.
That's why I don't really do much push mowers. I do commercial work.
Right. Correct.
Yeah, Dave actually, or it's not broke. It works at a bigger shop.
Yeah. So those are my two go-to guys. If I need info on one thing, I go. If Robert don't know, then Dave might know. So I just go between. Those are my two know-how guys. If something happens, because they work at they got dealership info that I can't get. I also have a John Deere guy and a Stihl guy. Well, Stihl John Deere. Not that I work on too many two-strokes.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna be back in a little bit. I gotta go start another batch of crawfish boiling.
Okay.
All right. See y'all in a minute.
All right.
Did you see what happened?
See, it's important. I think as a small independent shop, it's important network. it's important to network and have contacts and know people. As an independent shop, I think it really helps having these contacts. Because not being an actual dealer of these companies, and some of this stuff is just not open out on the internet for you. So it's very important to have these contacts. I don't know where he went, Dave. Mike Hodge, you got to come to Texas first. I've already been looking for the shop, Mike Hodge. We're going to be bigger than the Mayos here. We're going to do general automotive. We're going to do outdoor or power equipment. We're going to do power sports. And we're just going to fix it all. We're just going to fix it all here. I'm trying to get to the point to be able to either buy a shop or run a shop. It's actually growing quite a bit, and I'm running out of room out of that little bitty shed to work. So it's time to think about the future on growing the business even bigger. I'd actually like the business big enough where my dad's been almost 60 years old and still drives a tow truck, where he can retire. So I'm trying to think about the future. I'm trying to grow it. I don't have to be rich, but it would be sure nice to not have to struggle. It is, but there's been times I thought about quitting and going to work for someone else. No, small town. They got took up by people coming from California, so it's all subdivisions now. Ray is Ray, Texas Keeper. Him and his family and a few little other farms around here, about the only farms. There ain't much farms actually left here. Pretty soon the whole state of Texas is going to be one big subdivision, and it sucks. They're killing off agriculture. Yep, I'm telling you, probably make more money flipping burgers sometimes. We're gonna have Mickey D's. But what's really helped my business grow and make more money is mowers really just wasn't cutting anymore. I mean, I was making money off mowers, still make money off mowers. But getting into power sports, light automotive work, tires, that really helped bring in a lot of income.
All right, I got the water back to, got the fire back under the pot, waiting on the water to boil, and I got my other batch of crawfish in the the liner basket ready to hit the hot water when it's time. Boy, that's some big crawfish.
Yeah. I thought about that small town, getting into doing that too. I'm always thinking of ways to make even more money.
Hydraulic cylinder rebuilds? Yeah, those are easy. Got a buddy of mine that does that. Well, certain ones are easy. Okay. New seals, and I just like hydraulic jacks, bottle jacks. My uncle had hydraulic jack repair shop in Crowley for years and years. I had what was it, a 10-ton, 12-ton? And, hey, Nonk, how much I owe you? Buddy, ain't nothing. Don't worry about it. Didn't cost me but $5 for seals and stuff in it. Like, all right, merci, boo, merci.
See, Mike Hodge, I could have used you the other day. I get these big jobs sometimes. People want me to do these big jobs, and I just don't know how. I don't have a lot of automotive experience to do like the bigger stuff. And that Impala I was telling you about, the guy wanted the engine swap done on it. The shop told him $2,400. I honestly don't think even at my shop rates I could get it much cheaper than $2,400 to do the engine swap. Especially if it's like you said, it's almost 13 hours. Even at $85 an hour, if I would charge it at $85 an hour, it's still up there. But I think something like that would have to be more than $85 an hour.
When Johnny and his dad had the Honda dealership, motorcycle Hondas, three-wheelers, such as, that's what I meant by Honda dealership. Then the smaller outboard motors. They had a lot of Honda pumps, water pumps, trash pumps. We call them jagger pumps down here. A lot of people call them trash pumps or pond pumps. Like a 2-inch or a 3-inch hose for suction. And then the pump is on the levee and it's transferring water from this part over to this part, wherever it's going. And his dad came up with an idea, and the salesman stole his dad's idea and made lots of money.
Yeah.
But if your idea is not patented, there's really nothing you can do about it, really. Bring them to court and stuff. And if you do have proof, some kind of way, just like a songwriter, they'll write a song and then they'll put it in an envelope and they'll mail it to themselves or mail that song written on paper. So you have the postal stamp mark on it, the day and all that, the month, day, and year. That's one way of copywriting or patent, try to protect yourself for a song. And if somebody comes out with it later, well, hey, look, here's a sealed envelope, with a postmark on it. Why are you trying to get your copyright or something like that? That's how a lot of songwriters protected themselves. And they didn't tell nobody about it neither.
Yeah, at $100, there would have been quite a bit of money to be made. But 12-hour job, I just didn't have a lot of know-how. I'm trying to move on the other side of the county here, Bubba. I'm trying to shop rent here in this area. It's just too expensive. I know a guy who paid for a rundown shop $3,000 a month. That's crazy. And it was a rundown shop. Every time it rained, it flooded.
Now, with your landlord, Brandon, you still have. He still decided not to sell, or
Oh,
how's that going?
It's up for sale. They just didn't put it yet. Because they want almost $1 million now.
Oh, okay. So whatever Pizza Hut or whatever that business
It
was,
didn't
that
go
was gonna.
through because they didn't want to come up with enough money.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing on your part.
Yeah.
You know?
I like to, if we can get another year or two in here, we should be able to buy a proper piece of property. And then I'll just build a shop on the property. Then I don't have to worry about commercial rent.
Right. Right. Okay. That Kawasaki four wheeler you had worked on and was showing the video on it.
Mm-hmm.
That was your part of your backyard, right?
The pasture.
The pasture. Yeah. Okay. All right. I thought so. Well, they coming up. They building up that area, ain't they?
Yeah.
You know, with all them condos or townhouses, whatever they are over there, apartment buildings.
Yeah, that's all. They built all those apartments, and now on the backside there's a storage buildings. They put storage company in there.
Okay.
They're supposed to come through and rip out our fence and put a big, tall privacy fence through there.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. Later, Robert.
See you later, Robert. Good talking with you, bud.
We bought a van, Bubba, from somebody in Burleson. Do y'all remember that? I think I showed that to Mike Hodge. So they put I don't know how it ran. The people put the wrong intake on there. It had a big old hole in the side. Somehow they made it work. Even my uncle said, I've been a mechanic for 30 years, and that's the first time I've ever seen that. And they put the wrong intake, and it ran great. Every now and then it was a little rough, but it actually ran decent. It was just weird. It shouldn't have ran great at all. It should be firing off that one cylinder. I have a feeling it probably wasn't that good. You know, we sold that van we didn't even fix it, Mike Hodge. You know, there's no limit laws in Texas. On used vehicles. We sold that as is to someone that was going down across the border for a profit. We sold it for a profit.
Nobody.
I figured Scott would have done jumped up in here.
I'm probably only gonna let this go about 10 more minutes, and then I'm gonna end it so I can go.
Oh, okay.
So I can go cutting grass tomorrow. Worked on the pasture some. Now I gotta do the front.
Oh, Texas. But I forget his name. But anyway, Texas dropped out. He came back in, and he had to
watch the ads again.
Watch the ad again. You do the skippable ads, huh?
I have it set where they add whatever ad they want to.
I would like mine when I hit my monetization on, it'll give me a choice. I hit all of them are checked. I do away with the non-skippable ads because I don't want nobody sitting there for 2 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I uncheck that one, non-skippable, and something else. I forget what it is, but I leave the skippable ad check and the overlay ad. I leave that check. Because if I got to sit through 3 minutes or 4 minutes of advertisement before I can even watch a video, I was like, oh, okay. I'll be right back. Let me go throw them crawfish in the water.
I'll try to have my internet fixed in the shop next week so I can be out in the shop doing this. I've been lazy. It ain't that I can't afford the cable. It's just I've been too lazy to install the cable. I got like so much other stuff going on that it's been like low on my list of stuff to do. Like I still gotta go feed the chickens before I can call it a night. I still have to make it up to the barn. I still have to lock my shop door. The shop door is open. Stinky, stop before they break the gazebo. Yeah, you did. The one on the jet ski. I had a customer. Probably. Actually, I think they get free Wi-Fi. They pay enough there a month. They pay more for that apartment than we do for this whole property. Night, Ronald. Literally, that apartment over there, one of those apartment units over there, they pay more rent for one of those apartment units than we do for this whole property here. It's crazy. It's kind of like Austin. Austin, you can rent a house cheaper than you can rent an apartment. But people like the convenience of being in an apartment down there, so. Yep, I remember that picture, Scott.
One rod and piston destroyed. I forget that guy's name. He built a house out of containers, a shop.
Andrew, I can't remember how to say his last name. The Andrew from something other. Starting to see.
I think, the containers.
Yeah, he has a huge channel now.
Yeah, he worked on those jet skis.
Well,
Worked on anything.
Ray, pull it in your shop. I'll be there soon.
Think so. Yeah, he made the castle top on the containers. Yeah, that's him.
Ray's talking about my Farmall Cub. I took it to his shop because I'm gonna pull it to his shop and split it in half so I can fix it. I just ain't got there yet. That should make an interesting video. Rebuilding, putting that clutch in that one, and got to fix the oil leak in the back of it. So it's got to come apart in 3 places. That's gonna be fun. Still don't think it's gonna take long.
Okay, I missed what you said. You said that guy had brought it back. That's what you was talking about. The guy that brought it back for oil leak.
No. That was that Kawasaki. That was that Toro Turfmaster. That was earlier. I was talking about my Farmall Cub. Is at Ray's shop. But he has a bigger shop, and I got to go over there and split it in half so I can get it fixed.
Oh, what's wrong with it?
The clutch went out. I bought a cheap clutch, and it broke after a couple years. So I bought a $200 clutch this time.
Oh, okay. Because I remembered. I don't know which one it was. Is that the one you split in half a while back and changed the clutch out? Okay.
Yep.
Trying to keep my eye on the time. Because Johnny cleaned that that burner, like I said, it's like a jet engine now taking off. It'll get water to boiling in a quickness.
Yeah, I gotta get off of here and go feed those chickens and lock up the shop and do all the night stuff that I should have did before getting on here.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you run then if you got to go right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it.
All right. And well, I'm gonna do my outro and like see if I can do like Missy said. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Love, peace, and crackling grease. And I'll catch y'all. Blue tie. Later, guys.
I'm here, Cajun.
Yeah. Appreciate you having me up. Hey, Jeremy. And everybody in chat. And I do want to thank y'all for Brandon and myself. I want to thank y'all for Brandon, whatever, helping him out on his channel and all that.
Yes.
And all the super chats tonight.
Yeah.
And the member.
Yep.
The new member.
Appreciate it, guys. I'm gonna get off of here. I got a lot of work to do tomorrow. Working on shooting another video for Monday because the video I had planned for Monday it's not gonna be finished in time. So gonna get off of here, go to bed, or take care of this stuff, go to bed, and get out here and shoot y'all a video tomorrow. Night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Bye, guys.